Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to another day of StarCraft 2. For us both, actually. It's a little bit early in the morning. Maybe for some earlier than others. Anyway, anyway, these Koreans, they don't rest, man. They don't rest one bit, of course. They're just gonna keep going. Also, you know what? We don't just only have Koreans. We also have Clem and Scarlet, of course. Anyway, I'm interested to see how Clem is going to do in the early morning for him as well. He is a gamer after all, probably likes to sleep in. Anyway, with me here today is none other than Snoopy himself. Say hello, Snoopy.
Hey, yo, hope you're all doing well.
There you have. Yeah. So, we did notice, I don't know if you guys did as well, but Scarlet is still a little bit slightly inside of a game right now on a ladder. So we're going to be delayed ever so slightly. I think it will end relatively quickly, like 5 to 10 minutes, but we might still be a little bit here. I thought about, you know what, we could cast this as well, just kind of looking at it, right?
Well, yeah, maybe, I don't know. It seems like it's about to end.
Slowly commentate on it. Lazily commentate. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, nice. Oh, another knight is interesting. You know what? There's something to be said about the first-person view for StarCraft, right? It's always very nice to also have like a first-person perspective available. I'm not sure if Scarlet's going to be streaming throughout the tournament as well. If that is going to be the case, then, well, go check her out, of course. Would be cool to have both the first-person perspective and, of course, the overall perspective at the same time. So you kind of get an inclination of what it's like, of course, to be one of these top-tier players. Top-tier players.
Yeah. It's always fascinating to see how, fast they play.
Well, also, well, to me, it's always been a little bit enticing as well. I wonder if you could do a tournament where casters only see the one player's perspective in a way, right? That would be interesting.
Oh, yeah. I know, like, some certain people, like Pig maybe, would, do a replay cast or something and just, like, look at certain
one
pro players' perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems like interesting. An interesting thing to do. Because it just, it adds a little bit of a wonder to it, right? Because you're not quite sure, you're not quite certain what's going to be happening, what's coming across the map. The fog of war actually being fog of war at that point in time.
Yeah.
Alright. Anyway. It is going extreme late game here, it seems, in that game, isn't it? Just Swarmos Nidus with Vipers coming out, Lurkers coming out, absolutely everything. Neither of those players are really taking too much damage just yet.
Yeah, well, I guess while we're waiting for Scarlet game to finish up, why don't we go ahead and just do a little bit of a review of the previous groups and
yeah, okay. That's a good idea. I was just gonna sit here lazily watching the Scarlet game, but you know what? That's probably a better idea of yours. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look. So yeah, here in Group A, which was played on the 19th, we see that Australia and Trap, both Protosses, will advance to Group Stage 2, and then moving on to Group B, which was played on May 20th. We do see that Rainer and Zess were the two that moved on to Group Stage 2, and we had some surprising eliminations from both groups. Out of all the eliminations, who do you think was the most surprising for you?
Australia 0-2ing Trap was kind of something else, wasn't it? Also, 2-0ing a Laser as well. I mean, overall, that was the most surprising for me. I thought, looking at that bracket, I thought, you know what, this is going to be a tough one for Australia. TY and Trap, obviously, you know what, seem to be the favorite in that Group A right there. And you know what, everything got turned upside down. Australia, the first one to advance. TY, the first one to get knocked out. I guess Elaser, for a moment I thought Elaser was going to be the second one to advance after seeing him going up, also 2-0 versus TY. And then going up 1-0 versus Trap. But then Trap kind of activated his overall Turbo Cruiser mode. I don't know exactly what Protosses do, but hey, it worked out for him. He went with a lot of adapt pressure, and voila. I believe, at least, right? There was a lot of adapt pressure. And yeah, Lasers just couldn't really get the defenses going. He really needed to in those final 2 games. So a little bit unfortunate. Anyway, does give us the 2 Protosses here. And yeah, Group B. Your thoughts on Group B?
Well, I think basically because the Group B was so stacked in the first place, I felt like it was anyone's game to move on. So no surprises there. I mean, I think all 4 had a decent chance, I feel, to get out of the group. Just so happens that Rainer and Zess were the ones. And as you were mentioning about the adept play, we did see that Zess initiated a lot of adept play in his PVZ. So we'll see if he gets matched up in group stage 2. We'll see if he continues that.
Daemonium, sorry. Daemonium Camo. Hope I'm saying that anywhere near the right way. Thank you for that sub, my dude. Much appreciated. That puts us back up to 22. For a moment in the early morning, I was like, oh, no, we dropped down to 21. But now you're fixing all my worries here. Much appreciated, buddy. Much appreciated. Anyway, looking onwards to Group C, of course. Group C is going to be played in a moment. Reem versus Scarlet will be the first match here. As soon as Scarlet gets out of that ladder game, we will be getting that one started. Afterwards, Clem and Zaun also waiting right there. It's nice that Clem maybe will be able to start this one a little bit later, right? Might be able to get at a couple more Z's, get his breakfast in his stomach in time. He still needs to grow, of course, that young little lad. And then, yeah, I'm very interested in seeing Scarlet going up against Dream. Of course, we saw Scarlet going up against Dream not that long ago. Let me actually see what... I believe it was versus Dream at least. Pro Circuit 2. Let me see if I can find this one. Eta X Pro Circuits. It should be this one. Oh, don't want to get rid of that one, though. Alright. Let us take a look. Pro Circuit number 2. And there we have it. So this was yesterday, actually, for those who missed it. May 22nd, here we go. We had another Group A with both Scarlet and Dream in there. Both of them getting eliminated, though. So that's a bit unfortunate. But we did have Scarlet going 2-0 versus Dream here yesterday. That's a bit unfortunate. Maybe Scarlet going to be a little bit... you know what, in a better shape today, who knows. Of course, the best of 3, it is still a volatile matchup. A lot can happen. And we'll have to wait and see. Of course, I would think Dream went a lot with the mech, went a lot of battle mech. We saw Scarlet also going for the Swarm hosts. And the Swarm host, you know what, not really catching up with the battle mech in time. We did see another attempt at then going for the Infestors, but the Infestors just weren't out in time. And the Battle Cruisers also just a little bit too good at getting rid of those. So yeah, just a couple of unfortunate traits, and then that just kind of snowballed outside of Scarlet's realm of potentially winning. And yeah, Scarlet did finish her game here, Snoopy. It looks like. So I'm going to close that stream. That's all I needed it for. Let's take a look at the... She's apologizing now. 20-minute ladder game. It happens. It happens.
Someone asking when do the matches start? Pretty soon. As soon as we get the map videos done. Like we just said, Scarlet was in a little bit of a ladder game. Just finished, just wrapped up, and we're about to start.
Yeah. Also, Clem versus Sound is going to be happening afterwards. I'm kind of interested in that, how that's going to pan out. I've never seen really Clem versus Sound overall. I know Clem took out Skillis yesterday, I think, right?
I have no idea.
I know he took on Petit Drogo. Petit Drogo, though, maybe not as strong as Sound, I'd say. Sound maybe a little bit favored overall between those two. But Clem is in incredibly strong force of nature at this time. So he could very well be the first person to advance. But Zaun, you should never underestimate him. He has taken on stronger, well, I say stronger, but very strong Terrans. Some of the strongest Terrans, I'd say. Such as Innovation, for example, right? He took on Innovation a couple of times. And did manage to squeeze out a couple of wins against him as well. So it's going to be interesting to see the differences really between Innovation and Clem and such. And yeah, if Zaun is going to be able to keep up with that young little Frenchman. They're both actually quite young, so the battle of the new generation, perhaps. Yeah,
and I know he's one of the kind of a crowd favorite. I know he's certainly one of Miguel, who was one of our French casters. He's his favorite player. Yeah, he claims that Clem is the best player in the world.
Yep.
I think he needs to achieve a few accomplishments before that, but certainly a force to be reckoned with.
Exactly. Go Clem, CC, baguette. I'm not sure if that's the way. Anyway, oh well. We'll let it slide for this time. Okay, the vetoes seem to be very well in process. Everdream will be our first map here. Nightshade our second. And what leaves us down with the third? Let me take a look. I believe it's Eternal, actually. Eternal will be the third map if we ever do get to that one. Am I not hearing the audio cues for the things? Maybe. Alright, there we go. Thank you for the follows, everybody, as well. Rose Black, Pappy, Tony, Underdog 8268, Shohai YK, Kaolin, Abalazin. Wait, hold up. Abalabazin, Spark of Glory, Ilz Jan. I think those are pretty much the people that queued up, maybe, or followed up for this tournament. Much appreciated. What's the schedule? I just got here. If you type ! bracket, you'll be able to see everything in the on that little page down, the Liquipedia forums, Rules Black. Go check it out. It should be absolutely amazingly maintained, because you know what? This of course is a tournament in the honor of the one and only CynicalDeath, one of the best Liquipedia's updaters in the universe, if not the best, of course. And yeah, they are definitely helping us out quite a bit here. And everything you need to know about the tournament is going to be right over there. 2 more follows actually coming in here. Purple Skittles. And let's see, that's a 3. I'm not good with Roman numerals. Oh my dear lord. Guys, hold up. I'm still on the Roman numerals person. 3 other follows already come in. Alright, so you know what? I'm just gonna call you Roman numerals, AKB, Fraggy Austria, and Misty Casti. Thank you for those follows as well. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying yourself so far, as we're hopping into this this first best of 3. Death and Pie also just squeezing in there before we really start casting this one. All right. So anyone in particular you would like to the honors of introducing here, Snoopy?
Yeah, sure. I'll just go ahead and introduce here on the top right. Yes, our red Terran from Brave Star Gaming. It is Dream.
In the bottom left side, we have ourselves a Baluzerg. Here she is. She is, of course, from Brave Star Gaming, none other than the Canadian Scarlet, aka the Queen of Blades. Rose Black's Pappy Tony, I did call you out, but I don't know, maybe it wasn't loud enough. Anyway, there you go. One more time, your little seconds of glory on this stream. Well deserved for hitting that follow button, of course. It's all good, my dude. It's all good. I am very happy to give people the honors of being just mentioned.
Anyone else want a second shout out?
just give me a ring, all right? We still have time before this really picks up the pace here. There's no spawning pool first this time around, so, or any proxy Rexes either, which is something we have been seeing a lot from these players, right? Dream, I believe it was yesterday as well, where we saw him. Was that Dream? Yeah, it was Dream, actually. Dream versus... Let me think this through. I think it was against Solar. Man, I am... I'm not quite sure. Maybe it was versus TY. Anyway, Dream, yeah, going for like, I think 4 proxy Rexes in total. In like ZVT matches, but also in TVT matches. We'll have to keep an eye out for whether or not he's going to be that aggressive once more. Can't be doing it too much, of course. You do get predictable a little bit here. Scarlet, ooh, needs to be careful with those things. Gonna lose 2, perhaps. Oh, but the Queen comes out. The Reaper now in trouble.
Oof, just barely.
Just with an inch of breath remaining. Alright.
Yeah, Sparks of Glory in the chat saying, happy to see SE2 on Twitch. Still, I missed most of GSL today because I forgot it was on. Well, yeah, we're here for your entertainment.
I think both of us missed the complete series of GSL for today, as it's still early in the morning for us. I don't know. Did you wake up even earlier for GSL as well, or?
Yeah, I was able to catch it.
You did? Wow, but wasn't it like 4 AM for you right now?
Well, it started at like I think 2. No, not 2 a.m. Like 1 or 2 a.m. I think.
So
and then I was watching, and then I fell asleep a little bit, and then I woke back up, and then caught the end of it.
So how many hours of sleeping have you had? So just to kind of get an idea.
Well, it was just a little nap. It's like maybe 1 hour or maybe 1 hour too.
You are sick, my man. You are sick. You need to go get yourself some sleep after this, alright? Anyway, that's a fusion core on the way. We're seeing mech coming out here full Dream, I would assume. We're seeing that barracks just floating around here. Floating out and about. Gonna go for... Oh, actually, look at that. Trying to hide the fact that this is going to be a battlecruiser. Adds the stealth for the Banshee. The cloak upgrades, and now it's going to cancel that one straight into a battlecruiser. Nicely played that by Dream. Of course, the Banshee counter is a little bit similar here to the battlecruiser counter. Not that much of a difference. I suppose against the battlecruiser, you want to get a couple more queens, right?
Yeah, and that's exactly what Scarlet is going for. She's making an additional queen. However, did she scout this? I don't think so, right? No, she did not scout this.
Scout what?
The battlecruiser.
So what happened was Scarlet went in, but the Overlords, so Dream started up Cloak on the tech lab and made it look like it was Banshee instead of battlecruiser.
Ah, okay.
Yes, yes.
Well, I do like that. Oh, actually, as I say that, hold that thought. There is a skirmish here. The Queen's out and about in the middle of the map. But I was just gonna say, I love how Scarlet is keeping up with the free spread here. That's definitely going to help her defend against the Hellions as well as the battle cruisers as they fly and teleport around.
Yeah, I need that mobility, of course. Yeah, that's the first battlecruiser in the main base. It looks like Scarlet is aware. The Queen's now hauling their way over there. Come on, girls, get over there. Really need them at that main base. Actually, just going to go backwards here. Already evacuating the drones. Oh, wait, actually, yeah. Kind of makes sense. The Stallions coming from the other side right now. A lot of drones there gonna go down. This is a bit of a surprise. Roaches are on the way, but not quite out yet to help out against those Stallions. So the Queen's preoccupied, keeping their babies safe on the other side of the map here. And Dream, yeah, doing a good job overall at denying the creep now as well. Just getting all the damage that he can. 7 workers in total getting killed off here. It's not amazing, but then again, I mean, he still has his Hellions. He still has the battlecruiser. And this Overseer is very brave, isn't he? These Queens as well, actually. Jeez, man. Queens, calm down. Alright, well...
Yeah, I think the Queens probably overstepped a bit, and now all the Queens are down. There's no answer for this battlecruisers. Oh, man.
Yeah, this is not that great right now. The battlecruisers... there is a second one. Where is the second one, actually? Oh, there it is. Surprised it hasn't flown in just yet, so it's just teleported in, as there's not much remaining in the way, shape, or form of anti-air defense. A Spire is on the way, that is very important. Where is this Spire? Where is this Spire? Oh, there it is. Natural. Yeah. Okay. Let's hope for Scarlet that that doesn't get sniped here. I believe that happened yesterday as well, actually, with Dream versus Scarlet, where Dream just was able to snipe that Spire multiple times. And of course then the Corruptor response was just ever so late and never really got off the grounds anymore.
The good thing for Scarlet is that Dream has decided to only stick with 2 battlecruisers, has yet to actually continue it. So looks like Dream is going to start transitioning into full-on mech as he adds additional factories into production. Oh, this battlecruiser just barely teleporting out. So we'll be able to save that and continue the harass later on.
Yeah, keeps everything up and rolling. The Corruptors are now gonna be a thing. We don't see any more battlecruisers on the production tab. We didn't see Yamato Cannon also getting created, which is a little bit of a mind game, I suppose. As I mentioned before, the battlecruisers really were a staple of the games yesterday. Dream really ramping up the overall amount of battlecruisers he was going for. And this time around, it looks like we're kind of skimping on them a little bit, right? Not getting too many, just getting the 2. And playing it a bit more casual.
Alright, so we do see that the Flyer's attack, the Flyer attack weapon upgrade is being researched. So she's gonna have to go. She's relying on the Corruptors to take on these battlecruisers. Hopefully, she can last long enough to turn them into Broodlords later on. But in the meantime, we do see a little bit of a Hellion army force here at the north side. See if how many drones that Dream can get. There's actually no defense here.
Doesn't get the Evo chamber block, and yeah, that looks like, you know, a pretty good barbecue. 7, it's just gonna keep ticking up here, I think. 10, is that it? Alright, 10. You know what? I'd be happy with 10. Nothing to complain about, honestly. But yeah, of course, we also need to remember if Scarlet overcommits to the Corruptors here, she has 10 right now, and that already is a little bit on the high amount here versus just 2 battlecruisers. She needs to be careful, especially because she also is getting that +1 air weapons here. Even a bigger investment. But you know what, I like that she's not building any more right now. Is kind of maintaining just a lower amount overall, but I think you definitely have to be aware of. If you overcommit on those Corruptors, that could just as well spell your doom, especially after already taking quite a bit of damage over and over again.
Oh man, where are these Corruptors going though? They're going to the left, while these battlecruisers are attacking here on the right. A little bit of a miscycle there, misreaction.
Yeah, maybe an all army movement there, perhaps. That could be the case with the Hellions and the Cyclones on the top left here as well. The Cyclones, you know what? Dream absolutely amazing with his overall micro here with these boys. He's very good at knowing exactly where he can get that damage dealt. He's very good at just roaming around with a couple of them as well on the other side of the map now and again. And suddenly just finding all sorts of stray units coming out of the production queue. Alright, there are in fact infestors on the way, which should definitely help out, especially against this battle mech. But there's a lot of siege tanks already available as well, right? So a big push coming out of Dream here should be able to target down those infestors, as long as he's on the top of his micro here. But then maybe 1 or 2 good fungals might still be able to have those biles land.
Yes, those infestors are going to be really crucial, especially since Dream has that Hellion Cyclone composition that can really kite really nicely. Oh man, some additional drones kills, 15 going down.
I mean, how many is that right now in total? Yeah, just a casual 45.
Casual 45.
I mean, yeah, that's rough, especially on like an 11-minute game. Not the greatest of positions to be in, of course. And in return, only killing 9 workers of Dream. Now, Dream is still on full basis. That is something worth noting as well. This is coming in here with, you know what, a fair amount of army supply. Nice biles so far. Scarlet needs to be careful not to walk too close to those siege tanks, though. Not really a great anything at the moment in time against the, well, as a response to those siege tanks. The army of Scarlet quite brittle, perhaps, against that. All right, and here we see, look at the amount of Corruptors right now, not really being able to get anything done after just shooing away those two overall brutal the battle cruisers. Oh man. Ay.
Yeah, those were just too good. A Dream to get into a really kind of a great position where it was just really difficult to just go up the ramp.
Yeah.
And yeah, just overwhelming. I mean, mech is pretty powerful.
It really is. It really is. I think Dream played that very well, considering, like, you have to take the games of yesterday. They played yesterday, right? They played another best of 3 over there, and you have to take that into consideration. And it's very nice to see Dream actually mixing up his own mech style. And you could definitely see Scarlet trying to counter more so the style that she had seen yesterday, instead of the style that she was facing right here, right now. Which, you know what, is a sign of a great player overall, but unfortunately not really working out in this situation, because Dream, also a great player, realizing, you know what, I might have to switch it up a little bit so I don't get just blind countered by the composition of Scarlet here. And we saw maybe a couple too many Corruptors being made for just 2 battle cruisers. And the Roach Infestor play, not that great against that amount of siege tanks.
Yeah, and also the 45 drone kills didn't help either. So
Yep, for sure.
definitely you know what? I think they're gonna put me against Dream here, so I'm ready to play.
Yeah, I know you are.
Oh yeah.
You got this. What's this? What? They put Scarlet in? What's this? They never want you to have any fun, do they?
Yeah.
Jeez. So rude. So rude. Oh well. We'll get you your moment of glory as well. Also, talking about a moment of glory, guys, there's a lot of follows that did come in right there. Let me see. Darkness 1, Kotole, Fender Wagon, Aleeves Zakid, Ripiax, Kadath Cold Waste, Prawns, Guns Maybe that was a little bit close with the pronunciation. Who knows? And Devon Pie, Misty Casty. Did I already say you? Oh, anyway, twice. So nice, I had to say it twice. All right. Thank you all for following. Hope you're having a good time. And here we go. Here we go again. Game number 2. Yeah, those Hellions, man. They definitely did a number, especially with that battlecruiser as well, right? Denying mining in that main base for such an enormous amount of time. Killing so many queens as well. And the queen's overextending as well a little bit, right? Going off of creep, chasing those battlecruisers. Anyway, here we go. In the top left side, we have ourselves a Blue Zerg fighting for Brave Star Gaming. She's none other than Scarlet.
And spawning at the bottom right, the red Terran player from Brave Star Gaming as well. It is a Dream.
Bibs, I am not surprised to hear you say that. It warms his heart to see Terrans beat Zerg. Especially with Mac, eh? Your absolute favorite. It's an infamous mech player of his own on the ladder, of course, always making the lives of Zerg rather difficult. It could use some more Thors, but yes.
I mean, we could all use a little bit of a Thor in our lives, right?
Yeah, Thors are indeed fantastic.
They feel like the kind of the protector in school, where if you get bullied and you make friends with the Thor, like, you're not gonna get bullied.
You think? Honestly, well, it depends on what kind of Thor it is. If it is an actual real Thor, then I would say yes. If it's a Thor made out of cardboard or something like that, you know, I'm not quite sure what's gonna happen. Ah, who am I kidding? Everyone's gonna think that's amazing. Nobody will touch you. Anyway. Something we haven't noted on just yet. These two are, in fact, teammates, right? They're both on Brave Star Gaming.
Yeah, so you gotta wonder if they practice a lot against one another, or if they have dedicated friends for that. It's kind of yeah. It's like you don't really ever know, right? Like who's each person's main practice partner is, unless they say it in the interview after a game, after a series or something in a tournament.
Yeah.
But other than that, like you can't really tell. Maybe if you like avidly follow their match history or of some sort, but I don't think that a lot of people got time to do that.
Yeah. Or you gotta just ask them personally. Like, you could do that as well, but then again, I mean, it's difficult to get in touch with these pro players sometimes, you know?
Yeah, and most of them even hide their match history when they do the practice game, so yeah, you can't really tell.
Honestly. Even tournament stuff, they also hide their match history. They don't want anyone to know their build orders just by looking at their profile very quickly. Right, because it does tell a lot about you. What kind of mindset you're in at that time, what kind of strategies overall you've been practicing. And it shows a lot to what they can expect. Oh, these Lynx might be able to get this Reaper here. Nicely done. Oh, they're so close. Nibble away. Do get that one. Two Hellions come in to take their revenge, but not after that Reaper, of course, does get nibbled to death. Right, once again, I think we're gonna see the mech play from Dream here. I could be mistaken, but seeing that barracks just floating about, I am assuming that is a little bit of an indicator, once again, that he's not planning to get any upgrades on that one anytime soon. And that could be the indicator as well, once more, that we're seeing that mech play.
These Hellions juking and jiving, but some nice little spread there on the Lynx. So should be able to clean up at least a majority of it.
Getting them really low HP here. Needs to get one more. Ooh, there we go. Gets that final shot there. Let's take a look at how they traded actually.
16 Lynx. Ooh, that's a lot.
It is a lot, honestly, versus 3 Hellions, but you know what, overall I'd say that's okay. There were 6 Hellions, they only got 3 workers in total, right? So the worker count here for Scarlet is pretty good still. It's not uncommon to see. Oh, actually we do have Stim coming out, so will be bioplay this time around. Alright, alright, interesting. Anyway, so yeah, we do have to take into account Zerg are kind of known for trading poorly, of course, economically speaking. We'll be a little bit ahead with that overall income anyway, going for the quicker drones, the quicker bases, stuff like that, but you know what, you gotta be careful, you can't just continuously take drone damage here. Dream really doing a good job using those Banshees now as well.
Yeah, and the second Banshee is actually gonna join up with it soon, as we do know that 2 Banshees does one-shot a drone, so definitely want to attack with both Banshees at the same time.
Alright, coming in one more time here. The Queens, you know what, 4 of them should be enough, right? You'd say that would be enough. Spire on the way here for Scarlet as well. As soon as that one pops, we'll be able to make a couple of Mutalisk here and fully shoo away those Banshees. Getting another drone kill there. Jeez, Dream, what the hell's happened to you when you were a child? Bullying so much here.
How many drone kills total? Only 6. So not a lot. I mean, certainly not a lot compared to the last game, but we do see Scarlet. Yeah, Scarlet is droning like crazy. 66 to 50 workers, and that's a significant amount. Even with meals, that is a pretty decent lead for the Zerg.
Might start to spike though, as we do have 2 fully loaded medevacts coming on through right now. I'm interested to see where they're going to drop. It looks like, okay, yeah, we'll be in front of the creep here. Just a little speed boost being implemented there. Let's see, cleaning up that creep. The baning speed is almost ready, so that's a very nice timing here for Scarlet for having that finish up. Will not be in time to save these creep tumors though, but you know what, they will be able to get replenished. As long as you shoo away this Terran army in time.
Yeah, buying enough time for the bailing speed just to finish right now, and we'll be able to push it back. It's important to note that the 3 Hellions that were sniped earlier, because the Hellions were sniped so early, it allowed Scarlet to start creeping more freely, and that certainly has helped out during this particular attack. And then the Mutants now are out. Ooh, gotta be careful to not want to roll Banelings off creep.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Dream dropping his Hellions. So he traded nicely against those Banelings there. The Mutalisk not really there to, well, couldn't really interfere with more of the Marines coming in. More and more stuff actually for Dream. Look at this, just entourage coming up here from behind. More Marines, more siege tanks. And with the creep now having been cleared pretty nicely, it's very rough for these Banelings to get the connections that they want. The Mutalisk do manage to pick off the siege tanks though, and that is absolutely massive. It's going to be a lot easier now for Scholar to really clean this up, but you know what? It's still a lot of Marines. It's still a Banshee. How many medevacts? It's 6 medevacts. Alright, well, you know what? This base still in potential trouble here. Lucky for Scarlet, a lot of those Marines do stay behind. We'll have to wait and see. Actually, also the upgrades here, of course, for Dream working out in his favor. Having +1/+1 already established, and not even halfway here for Scarlet. She needs to hold on to this base, really. Right, does she though? She is making another base at the 12 o'clock. Well, okay, yeah, if you're going to commit, you have to save it.
Yeah, it's going to be close. There's still more. Actually, no, the more reinforcements are coming for the Terran. So she might actually have to abandon this base and just kind of expand towards the top side.
I mean, it's lost now, and she's still committing to this defense here. Might be able to clean it up now. That would make this a little bit easier for her. But, man, just again, too many Marines, too many splash damage now. Well, I guess the sieging wasn't even in siege mode. Just too much Terran. Too much Terran overall. It is absolutely nuts. This man is on fire on the macro department. Not skipping a single beat, just continuous marching of these Marines. It's like a marching band, really. Just dancing and coming forwards. Now, this is great for Scarlet, of course. She does have that new base secured. And this would be a nice situation, right? If she hadn't committed on this left flank off of creep, she may have been able to set up nicely for a defense here on this side of the field, where she did still have quite a bit of creep. But now, Dream did manage to come in here, clean up a lot of it. And once again, it becomes incredibly difficult for Scarlet to really fully engage this army and clean it up. The Dream just too good at microing backwards, moving away from those Banelings, and there you have it. Once again, GG is called, and Dream takes this, this one 2-0.
Yeah, some really great spread there by the Marine spread by Dream, and was able to pretty much kind of slowly but surely turn the tide over in terms of the numbers, and yeah, was able to take that win. So Dream will go up 1-0. Oh wait, no, not 1-0. Who won the first game again?
That was Dream.
Okay, yeah, all right. That's so basically 2-0, right?
Yep, it is a 2-0. That means Dream just takes the series here. Yeah, didn't get to see a second mech. Maybe that was kind of what Scarlet was expecting. And that was what I was expecting, seeing that barracks fly around especially. But Dream mixing it up and shows us another way to do this. Very well done. Even off the back of not too many worker kills there with the Hellions or the Banshees, right?
Yeah. I think that's what's most surprising is that Scarlet didn't suffer too many economic damage, but yet still Dream was able to win that game despite the powerful economy of Scarlet.
Yeah. All right. That does take us into the next series. Clam versus none other than, of course, the ever so lovingly Alpha X member Zaun. Zaun, a new addition, well, a newer addition to the Alpha X family. Joined us in February. He is 22 years old, so he's a little bit older than Clem. I believe. Clem is like 19. Is Clem 19? How old is Clem right now? Let me check. He's 18. He's 18 years old. He just became a man. He's a man now.
Oh,
Clem the
man.
man. I love
He's able
talking like
to vote now, or if he was on states.
yeah, I think for France as well. I believe. I'm not that accustomed to France, but at least in the Netherlands you would be able to. And I'm kind of assuming that that's a little bit similar. He's already been able to drink for about 5 years. Of course, the French very open with their drinking age laws. As is per usual with the French people. You get, instead of the bottle, you just get some wine glasses fed to you when you're a baby. And a plate of cheese every day. Alright, yeah, so we will be playing this one on NA. Gonna be interesting to see, of course. Slight little bit of extra added ping for both these players. But you know what? I think Clem, he should be quite accustomed to this, right? He has been farming those online cups quite regularly. Been doing very well, continuously on all sorts of tournaments. So I think he should be pretty well acclimated. On the other side, though, Zaun, I'm not quite sure how much Zaun plays on the American ladder and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I don't think he plays too much on the American ladder.
Yeah. Wouldn't make sense, honestly. But then maybe
Yeah.
tournaments, maybe sometimes, but I don't think he does that many, like, mixed tournaments either, right? I don't see him around that much anyway. Not as much as
certainly-
Clem.
Yeah, definitely. Clem participates in a lot of online tournaments, a lot more than Zaun does.
Yep. Alright, looks like they are both here. Guys, do remember, of course, we have a Metrorino page that is still available. If you want to go check it out, all you got to do is type !Metrorino. Let me guys show you... let me show you guys this lovely little page we have over here. All you got to do is, if you want to support this one, you press right here on that sign in button. You click Twitch, because most likely you are already logged in on your Twitch account anyway, right? Then what you do is press contribute. In this little coupon code area, you type ETX2. I think it's 2. Wait, hold up. What was it again? Pro Circuits? No, wait. It's the... sorry, I'm completely confused. It's AX CynicalDeath. There we go. That's the one. AX CynicalDeath. There you have it, and that will add 50 cents to the prize pool. Can I still do it, actually? Did I already do it?
I think you did, yeah.
I think I did as well. Yeah, I already did. Okay, so I'm not allowed to do it again, but you know what, guys? Definitely go check it out at those lovely codes and help us out. You know what? Generate more money for the esports scene. Is always a nice thing. And also over here we have a replay pack for the entire tournament, right? So if you want to check out all these replays right here, that is going to be available as well for the price of $10. We'll add $10 to the prize pool too, so that money will go directly to these players. You'll be supporting those as well. And well, other than that, there's some lovely jerseys, some nice Alpha X gear as well. If you want to represent the best team in StarCraft 2, go check us out there as well. Buy yourself some sweet gear. They definitely look lovely. I actually have, I think, wait, it's not that one. I don't think mine is actually for sale here, but, ah well. I think it used to be, though. Anyway, they all look as great as they can be. Go check it out, guys. Go check it out.
Yep. And Dibs in the chat channel saying, as much as I hate to root against Terran, goes down. So looks like we have someone rooting for Zaun. Anyone rooting for what was the other one? Clem, yeah, Clem.
Man, I wonder who Miguel's rooting for here.
Yeah, it's such a mystery.
I mean, either his favorite player, right, or he's representing his favorite team. We'll have to wait and see. Gotta root for the AX boys. Damn right, that's right. No, well, I can understand anyone being a fan of Clem. He is one hell of a guy. He's very nice as well, honestly.
Yeah,
Don't forget his national loyalties. Yeah, but that his national loyalties will tie into the fact why Clem is his favorite player.
Either way, Miguel is going to be a traitor somehow, somewhere.
Yep, indeed. He's just gonna have to close his eyes and not watch this match. That's what it comes down to. He's not allowed to anymore.
Exactly.
Alright. We're waiting 1 minute here as well. So do you have any predictions for this one? Do you any bold statements? Just, I guess it's a bit of a stab in the dark, really, judging the outcome of this one, but you want to give it a go?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a PVT on Nightshade. And I think one of the things about this map is that I think Banshees could be a pretty good choice, especially considering that the natural and the dirt has some nice kind of dead airspace that you can fly around to. And also, I think because on the other hand, because of the map layout, there is a potential kind of second, third base that you can go for. You could either go for the one that's like more horizontal, or the one next to kind of below your natural, right? And so it'll be interesting to see if Clem, who maybe pops out a mech build, goes for it, or if Zan, on the other hand, if he decides to go for a more aggressive stance and position, or if I think most Protosses probably will expand to the lower base one. So yeah, we'll see which which third base these players goes for. But we do see that Zan, I think he's pretty good in terms of his counterattacks, counter Zella attacks. So I would love to see Zan kind of utilize that, like maybe during a attack while Clem is dropping or harassing. He can just kind of slide in some Zealots into the third base and get some SCV kills. But yeah, it should be an interesting game.
Yeah, for sure. And what about the score? What would you say about the score?
Oh, the score. Ooh. You know what? Just because I think Clem has a bit more experience with these online tournaments, I'm gonna say possibly a 2-1. How about you? What's your prediction?
It's 2-0 for Sound, of course. Obviously, there's no other way. There wouldn't be any other explanation. If that doesn't happen, we're gonna have to assume foul play, and Clem will have to get disqualified, of course. So we'll have to just go with that. Anyway, here we go into game number 1. Things are getting started right here for us, guys. All right, now I think we're gonna have to fight over who gets to introduce Sound here. I'm not quite sure how we're supposed to fight right now. We'll have to buy some plane tickets, but I don't think you're allowed to really fly with the planes right now, are you? Are you?
Nope.
No, so...
Unless you have a medevac,
Oh, that's
in your arsenal.
Yeah. A real-life ambulance helicopter thing. I don't know. Anyway... Wait, Pro's flying in 9 days, so... Alright, that makes sense. Well, it's a bit too long for me, though. Anyway, I'm just gonna roll with it. In the bottom right side, we have ourselves a blue Protoss. He's none other than... Alpha X is Zone.
And here, spawning at the top left, we have our lovely red Frenchman. He's representing the Terran race as well as Team Liquid. It is Clem.
All right.
All right. So, as I recall, I think a lot of PVTs on this map, especially because of kind of like the surface area of the main base, we do see a lot of Protoss player opening with a Blink Stalker kind of build, so that they can harass. They can sometimes jump in and out, and you know that sometimes Terran players would like build their tech labs or their reactors kind of on the right side, so it kind of makes it open for the Protoss to kind of snipe it and then just like blink out.
Yeah, it's a good call, actually. Of course, on this side, the tech labs will be closer to the edge for Clem. So Sound has a bit of a better opportunity to snipe those. And as we saw, of course, from Parting recently versus Maru, the 4-gate Blinkstalker aggression, absolutely terrifying to play against. I think we saw it yesterday as well. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I saw it with Petit Drogo versus Thermal being used to quite devastating amounts of carnage being dealt there. Anyway.
Oh, but we do see a Stargate instead coming out of Zound.
So, you know what? Can be quite strong too. As you mentioned before, there's some nice dead space in this map. Can be abused. Clem here trying to do some micro with that Reaper versus the Adept.
Yeah, so the idea is that, you know, if you can get some things out, you can kind of shut down a lot of things, including Banshees, Liberators, even Widowmine drops. So very strong on this map, for sure.
I like this from Clem, actually. He was waiting with the two Marines there on that high ground patch. And actually gets that Adept rather low. The Reaper now spotting him as well. Might be able to start picking him off. Try to interrupt that shield regenning. Oh my dear Lord, he's just going for it, isn't he?
Oh man, he just threw a bomb in front of himself.
This kid is nuts, honestly. I would never have tried to get a kill on an Adept with 2 Marines. And actually get that close as well to doing so. Anyway,
now Clem does scouts the Adepts, so it's pretty interesting because usually you don't see a lot of this many Adepts from the Protoss early in this game. He's probably thinking like, is he going for like some kind of a glaive Adept timing or some sort? But no, it's just basically straight up Phoenixes, because Phoenixes, they take up a lot of gas, so you know you gotta rely on the Adepts. Oh man, this Reaper does scout the Phoenix, so his hand has been revealed.
So I'm trying to hide stuff a little bit too much here, trying to hide the overall Adept numbers, or maybe just keeping some in the main base or the natural base here in case of drops. But
yeah.
Also, of course, those Phoenixes now did get revealed. And probably means that Clem is not ever really going to fly out here. At least without something else happening as well to kind of distract Zound.
Alright, we do see that, looks like Zound's going to stick with, probably, I'm guessing, yeah, probably will stick with like maybe 5 or so Phoenixes. And then just transition into Colossus. You just want to make sure you have the Phoenixes to go for any anti-air defense, and then have the Colossus tech out. And then of course the Phoenix will later on protect somewhat against the with the Colossus against the Vikings. So that should be a nice touch.
Definitely should be. Okay, yeah. Does only stick on those side, like you said. Alright. What is Clem up to on the other side here? We'll be getting... Actually, not going for any siege tanks. We'll be going straight into those Widow Mines, which are quite strong, of course, as well. Sometimes you do see Protoss players using those Phoenixes, though, to set off those Widow Mines, of course, right above the medevacs and all the Marines underneath, which can be quite nasty. But then again, it makes sense to not really go for siege tanks against the Phoenixes either, right? Because then they just get picked up. You don't really get a lot done anyway.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Looks like this timing, the both the combat shield and stim pack research is about to be done. Clem is actually going to go ahead and expand behind this while initiating this attack. So it's not all in of some sort. It's just basically to put on some pressure on this third base of Zound.
Yeah, maybe kill off some gateway forces like that. Try to get some probe kills. Maybe even deny that third. We'll have to wait and see what he really can get done. I mean, if he gets a kill on that Colossus side, that would of course be absolutely amazing. Before they grow to preposterous numbers. 3, of course, being the sweet spot. Extended thermal launch not done yet either, right? So that could be pretty nice. Clem here lifting up a lot of his units there. I think that was a little bit of a misclick. Actually, it does cost him quite a bit here. With almost half of his marine forces not really being able to shoot there at the start of that fight. Very uncommon mistake that from Clem.
Yeah, but it looks like he's gonna go ahead and keep up with this aggression as he is sending 2 medevac drop while attacking here at the bottom of the third at the same time. Now it's gonna be important for him to for Zhao to split up uh, correctly the right amount of units. And look at there, he does split off really nicely.
He surely does, yeah, for certain. Did get a nice connection though with one of those Widow Mines, but you know what, actually the Marine forces here might still be a little bit too much for the Zealots to take on. So this left side in a bit of trouble. Those probes might need to get pulled here a little bit before too many of them go down. Actually, quite a couple of them go down here as well. I think like 4 extra of them did fall. And Clem goes into the main base with this drop now as well. Again, coming back with the drop in the natural bases too. Doesn't get too much done. Just tugs down some of those stalkers. Coming back into this third base. Jeez, man, this man is absolutely everywhere right now. 18 workers killed off just like that in the blink of an eye, pretty much.
Dear Lord. Now that is a critical damage. And now Clem got a 10 worker lead. And then you also got to count the meal. And as you can see in the income graph, it's all red.
Let me take a look. Yeah, that is, you know what, partly the French flag after all. I guess blue also is. But anyway, well, of course the red color now representing the Frenchman. Anyway, yeah, what is Sound really supposed to be doing on this situation, right? He doesn't really have the most amazing army at this time. He has only 2 Colossi. He has not that much of a gateway force. Clem already has the perfect counter to those Colossi here. And Sound doesn't have Blink yet either, right? To really protect those Colossi here.
Yeah, he just started Blink. Yeah, I don't see this doing anything. I mean, 2 Colossus. I mean, I think the optimal amount is at least 3 you want as a Protoss. But with 2, it's not a lot of firepower.
Yeah, Sound just, you know what, realizing that he might not get too much done here, moves backwards and is gonna wait for those Disruptors to be joining in as well. A wise decision, I'd say. He is dropping with the War Prism too. Also, some Zealots here in this in the third base for Clem. You know, this is actually getting quite a bit of damage done.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, Zaun really good with his Zealot run-bys and does get at least 9 SCV kills, which is something. It does at least give back the worker lead, or at least momentarily, to Zaun. So, but still, I think I would still give the slight edge to Clem on the economy side.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a rather nasty worker amount that he has right now in comparison to Zaun. Even after those kills, I mean, yeah, he did kill 19 versus 9 workers here, so that 1 Marine here still just kind of waiting, ensuring that that base will get recreated. A nice scout. Nice little move there by Clem as well to move that one downwards. Just a slight adjustment, but definitely helping out. Now, this is where Clem is coming in here. Does he have enough to break his opponent? 2 Disruptors on the left side, kind of outside of the range of that scan. Ooh, does get scanned. Now, there's another Disruptor on the right side, but immediately gets targeted down. And Clem showing the absolute amazingness of being able to just dodge and weave those Disruptors. Targets everything down. There's a massive drop of Zealots in the natural base as well for Clem, so he's losing a lot of his workers. But at the front door of Zaun, everything is falling apart. And I don't think there's going to be a way to really recuperate from here. GG is called. Zaun has to tap out. Clem taking game number 1.
Oh man, that was some really good split there against those Disruptors.
Yeah.
Just really well done by Clem. And then you got that concave right afterwards. And that was pretty much GG at that point.
Yeah, for sure. Like, Clem really is one of the... I think he might be the best player against Disruptors. It is absolutely crazy. He is so incredible at just realizing, alright, I gotta split, or I can target this Disruptor down before it actually goes off. I've very rarely seen Clem ever make a wrong judgment with that, and it is incredibly difficult to do. And every time I see him do it, I'm like, all right, this can't be real, right? This is got to be some sort of a algorithm or anything else, like some sort of advanced AI realizing, doing calculations. But yeah, I don't know. He's just nuts. He's just absolutely nuts with it, and it's great to see.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is really nice to see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely impressive. I mean, during that fight, there was actually 3 total disruptors, so not a single one went off. So that was pretty. You gotta
Yeah,
take the ball and snipe it like immediately. It's like an immediate reaction, and that was just some quick reaction by Clem.
yeah, for sure. I mean, in that fight as well, right? A couple of times it was like, okay, this might get it. No, never mind. He targeted it, the disruptor down. It's like, oh, but this one is right on top of all those Marauder. Oh, no. Oh, it didn't go off. Okay, okay. And, yeah. Yeah, ever so impressive. And that is, of course, with the added little bit of lag going to the NA server, which should give a slight advantage, I suppose, to the disruptor user, right?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I guess. Wait, we're in US NA Central, right?
NA Central, yeah.
Yeah. So wait, I believe wait, is Zaun playing in US or in Korea or somewhere else?
What do you mean?
I forgot. Zaun currently playing at. Do you know where Zaun currently playing at?
Yeah, it's in Korea.
Okay, yeah. So Korea. So the ping should I think be relatively equal between the two, right? Because Clem is on the European server.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But like, just like, what I mean is the disruptor micro versus the having to micro against the disruptors. I feel like that
Oh, right,
goes
right.
into favor for the Protoss user, right? But even with like 3 disruptor shots going off at the same time, it's like it's no problem for Clem. Either, you know, normally you see Terrans either picking up all their units in those situations, or you see them just running away and taking a boatload of damage from Colossi. He's just like, he spreads 4 different ways with his army. And then he targets with those units at the front the other disruptors to deny those shots. And it is, I don't know, it's absolutely magical. Anyway,
Yeah.
even with that little bit of extra ping. In the top right side, we have ourselves a blue Protoss fighting for Alpha X. Can he bring this one back? He is the one and only Zaun.
And spawning here at the bottom left, we have the red Terran player from Team Liquid. It is Clem.
So yeah. Zaun, do you know how much English Zaun speaks actually?
You know what? I've actually never heard him talk. He's been in the clan for a while, I think a few months now, but for some reason I just haven't really seen him talk anywhere before.
Yeah, I
Have
think
you?
he mostly talks Korean on his stream. Whenever I'm tuned in, I do. You know, he knows a little bit of English. That's what I know. He doesn't speak much English. Yeah, that's what Bib says. He just he has small phrases like thank you and stuff like that. I hear him say, and simple stuff like that, but nothing really too much otherwise.
Ah, I see. Yeah, I think
once
every
asked
time.
him how to pronounce his name, and I'm still a little bit unclear.
Yeah, I heard some people say like Zune or Zaun or whatever.
I think he said
Different
something like John.
Oh,
John.
okay, no, that's totally different.
Yep, it is. So yeah, I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna stick to Zaun because if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
at least then I'm wrong with everybody else the way they're doing it.
Yeah, same here. I mean, it rhymes with noun, so that's why I just call
Exactly.
him Zaun.
Alright, so yeah, some regular stuff happening here. This time around, we will open up with that Twilight Council. I think that is the safer bet here. You will be able to, like, for example, if you open up with those, the Phoenixes, you're gonna do great if the Terran actually commits with a Widowmine drop or something like that. Wait, Adept, hello? That was weird. It's like, you can go in here if you want to, but just not really expecting that one to be open there. Anyway, as I was saying, with the yeah, with the Phoenixes, you will be able to pick off those Widow Mines if they do come in with the drop very quickly, very nicely. No problem whatsoever, and you're going to be in a nice position, right? You gained yourself some good value with those units. The thing is, if you don't really get that, right? The Terran unit scouts you, the Reaper, of course, sees that you are going for those Phoenixes. Then suddenly those Phoenixes, well, what can you do really, right? You're denying drops, but if the Terran isn't going for drops, then they're not really gaining that value, and you're gonna have to use them in straight-up fights. And then if the Terran, such as Clem, doesn't even make siege tanks and stuff like that, really, you know, the stuff that can get a little bit thwarted and where Phoenixes gain their value against, right? Then what really have you accomplished with those Phoenixes? It's not much.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I feel like Zhao should have kind of switched the builds from both games. I feel like he should have gone Blink Stalkers last game, and then he should have gone Phoenix this game instead. Just because, you know, the Blink Stalkers is easier to blink into the main base and in the last map compared to this map, where yeah, you could blink in, but there's like a mineral, like awkward mineral patch there that just makes it kind of much more difficult to blink.
You really can't blink in with everything at the same time. You kind of have to do that little micro trick where you waypoint, right, with the right click and then shift into the blink. And then, yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's a bit rougher. And he's going for the charge. I saw this yesterday from another player. Oh, wait, he already has the blink. Never mind. I'm completely out of my timing window here. Man, no, I saw Skillers versus Skeletor yesterday, and he did this nuts, absolutely crazy thing, where I thought it was just going to be a blink opening, and then instead he got charge. He went for a ton of gateways and a war prism, and he just went for it. He just started warping in charge slots inside of the base of Skeletor, and Skeletor didn't have anything near the amount of units that he needed to defend against it, because you know what, he was going for a Widow Mine drop.
Yeah, that's one of those like kind of YOLO builds where you just like YOLO it and you just got all in, hope to win that way.
Yeah. The score versus Skeletor versus Skillers yesterday was 0-2 for Skillers. Like Skeletor, he just got cheesed the heck out of there as quickly as they come, really. This is kind of a scary push here, though. Those Marines are quite numerous. We need a couple of Zealots here to tank the damage for the Stalkers as they shoot away at the infantry units. Blink Micro, pretty reasonable so far. Ooh, didn't get the Widow Mine set off there, so... You know what, nice trading so far from our Frenchmen. And really denying those Stalkers from easy access to deny the Widow Mines. As we go, that's a nice blink.
And charge just finished, so... Really nice timing for Zhao to be able to utilize that charge and deflect this attack. Might actually get these medevacs, which would be huge.
Ooh, there we go. Gets one. That is lovely. You know what? The Terran force is chasing here, but I'm not quite sure if he has enough to really deal with this. He needs some pretty nice Widow Mine connections. I guess there's no Observer here for Zaun, but you know what? Zaun is coming in from the other side as well. This could be a nice flanking maneuver. Oh, I love this. He just rotates around. The Widow Mines are still there. They're completely out of position now. And Zaun gonna jump right on top of these forces. Oh, even blinking on top of those Widow Mines. He needs to be careful. He just gets them. No problem whatsoever. This might be a quick game here. Looking at the army supply now. 30 for Clem. About 52 here for Zaun. He definitely caught his opponent off guard here. Needs to be careful with that charge. Don't want to charge the SCV and the barracks here. That is one of the ways that you do perhaps let the Terran get a comeback going here. But you know what? I don't think there will be one. Clem in a lot of trouble. Having to pull all the SCVs. Hold position micro on those bad boys. But you know what? I don't think it's gonna matter with this amount of Zealots. GG is called. And there you have it. 1-1. Yeah, wow.
I'd say that was some great, nice maneuvering by Zaun. Yeah, just like kind of going from kind of attacking from the right side, and then also with the War Prism, Zealot run by counterattack into the left side, and then just like walking his whole entire army back into the left side and joining up.
Yeah, man, that was nuts. I mean, the overall, what you may call it, he just didn't expect it at all is what it comes down to as well. Let me take a look. Creedial will whisper you the link to those games. It's in this fold right here. I'm not quite sure when it's... I think it's the second best of 3 that starts. It's over very quickly. In the middle there's also a bit of a down period. Don't look at that, alright? I started playing some ladder because the tournament didn't have any games going for me at that time. Anyway, there you go. Yeah, that was a crazy maneuver though. Just coming around, avoiding all those widow mines there. Nuts, absolutely nuts. And Clem none the wiser. Those widow mines on the ramp there, I thought to myself as well for a moment, you know, how do you break that? That seems very rough to get by. And then he just goes to the north and he's just like, oh, so clean, so clear in vision, just being like, you know what, I'll just go this way. You know? That's very nice to see. Alright, game number 2. Game number 3, sorry. We're already on game number 3 here. Who will win, you think? I know who will win. It will be Zaun, of course. No questions asked. I wonder who Scarlet is hoping will win this one, right? Because whoever loses will be her next opponent. I think she might want to play against Zaun a little bit more so than against Clem. That would make sense to me.
You know what? I think she might want to face a... Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, maybe Zaun. I think because of the ping, probably, you know, they could both play in Korea or without any lag.
Yeah, exactly. And ZVP, a little bit more favorite for Zerg, I'd say, than TVZ right now as well. Alright, so here we go. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes?
Oh, sorry. I was laughing a little bit because there was someone in the chat. But anyhow, here at this top right, we have our red Terran player looking to clinch the series. Can he do it? It is Clem.
Clem. Anyway, in the bottom left side, we have ourselves a blue Protoss. Fighting for Alpha X, he is none other than Zaun. Alright. All right.
Alright, so this Internal Empire. So now this is one of the maps where you definitely, because they have the watchtowers, you definitely want to make sure you get your side of the watchtower. It provides not only vision in the middle, but I mean, it just makes you feel safer, right?
Yep.
And then also because this map is kind of really spread out towards the it's kind of like a V shape in terms of how you kind of expand a little bit. So you want to make sure you get all these spotters at the right side, at the left side, just to make sure you don't die to like a drop or a warp prism, or you know, any harassment like that. So it's going to be important to make sure you get as much vision as possible.
Yeah, preferably getting both the watchtowers, of course. Does kind of deny any ground forces to move on by. But yeah, it's gonna be a battle to be seen here, of course, in the middle of the map. Who gets to have that map control?
All right, we do see a depth coming out from Zaun now. Right before we see what tech he goes for, what do you think? What do you predict his tech will be?
I'm just gonna say he's gonna build 3 more Nexuses here. That's what it's.
All right. Why not 5 or 10? Right?
Too much. You will never win with 5. This is interesting as well, actually. Clem going for a Marine here first, then a Reactor, and then a Reaper and a Marine. So that Reaper is going to be a little bit delayed, but, you know, I guess the timing still kind of works, right? You still will be able to get in a little bit of scouting.
Yeah, and we do see that this adept right here at the top is really scouting, making sure that there's no proxies, no proxy Stargate of some sort.
Yeah, a starport there could always be rather problematic. A couple of Valiants just running across the map, and then suddenly in a medevac there. It's going to be absolutely devastating, especially because that's going to mean it arrives before Blink. The regular timing of Blink is actually going to be done. And that's actually the attack we are seeing here from Zaun. But yeah, the... It's not going to be the case here, of course. You have a little bit of a mix-up. Just a regular follow-up, though, for Clem is going to go into the Widowmine drop.
So this Reaper there actually finds an opening here between the buildings. We'll get the scout off and see what's up.
Gets a probe as well. Nasty. Alright, well, let's see if he gets out too. No, he won't, right? He'll never... Alright, well, he doesn't want to get out. That's fine too. He's like, alright, I'll stick around. Get myself some more probe damage.
Oh, man. This must be so annoying.
On the hunt. How is this still alive?
Oh man, that Reaper definitely got its worth and value.
Definitely. All right, thank you for joining in, Bibs, as well. Now we have a little bit of downtime here before the drop comes in. I want to quickly try and get a couple more shoutouts. I've let it go a little bit. GS Modes, Hi Trojob, Tenu, Ten, Nikum, Brian Shen, Gross Papa, Cumbaz7. Gabrielle, Gab, thank you all for those follows. Protoss is Bloodsplat, Raruso, Su, Cynicus, me. That's a lot of you. Evil Johnny as well. Evil Johnny, that seems like a cartoon villain. Anyway, Widowmine drop did get scouted here. Stock's already in position, yeah. Clem's just gonna keep this Manavac right here. Slightly in vision as well if the stocks get to the edge. Wants to keep those stalkers, you know, just outside of range and keep them preoccupied. Keep them kind of stuck on that position, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, there is another drop here at the natural that's coming in. So there's going to be a double prong Widowmine drop. Let's see if Zhao can respond to both. I mean, you can probably respond to one of them, but it also takes a lot of APM and babysitting to respond equally as quickly to both drops.
All right. Doing a pretty good job so far. Keeping both medevacs away, but you know what that means now? There's two armies here. Stalk is kind of stuck. And yeah, like you say, you have to really pay attention to both those sides now. Continuously. Clem on the first map, Xenon. Which map was that again?
Was it Nightshade? The first map, Nightshade?
Yeah, it was Nightshade, wasn't it?
Oh wait.
I think you're right. Yeah, it was Nightshade.
Alright.
I think. It should be, right? It should be. Well, we'll never know. No, it was Nightshade. Okay, Clem is ramping up the aggression here, coming in with a whole lot of bioforces. Once again, the two Widowmines accompanying them with the two medevacs as well. It's gonna be very strong here, as you know, we already have 5 stalkers stuck in this main base, 4 stalkers here in the natural base. That's already 9 stalkers, right? That's pretty much the entirety of Zaun's army. And, well, I mean, if you have your entire army stuck trying to defend against those Widowmine drops, what in the world are you gonna do? Well, okay, well, I guess you just freed up 2 of, well, 1 group of those stalkers, so that is nice. Definitely gonna help out a little bit here, but I mean, only 1 Colossi without extended thermal lance, not really the greatest thing against this amount of Marauders, this amount of Marine. Aye. That's gonna be it, I think. Clem coming in with a devastating timing attack here. It's gonna be a GG, right? Isn't it? Is it?
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, it's a natural now as well.
I mean, there's 1 Colossus out, but I mean, he might survive just barely, but with 1 more Warpin, but that's just too much damage, I think.
Yeah, pulling the probes now too, really sending them into combat. I think that might be the end of things here. The Colossi just not out in time, not having the extended thermal lance up and ready to go. Would have been able to do a lot more micro with that, of course, if that was available. He lost 17 workers. Now, he is still trying here. He's still hanging on. I think, you know what, overall, we only have a 5 worker difference after this amount of kills. That might be because Clem did stop SCV production there for a moment. I didn't really pay attention fully to it, but I think that might be what happens here. giving Clem this amount of units that quickly. Yeah, this
he only
is
had
very rough
one
one.
sentry in his army too, so he couldn't even force field the bow from getting on top of his Colossus. And,
Yeah.
this Colossus getting so low in life.
Well, you can see how much more value he's getting right now with the use of the extended thermal lance, but Clem just lifts up and drops right off on top of it, and GG is called down, taking another loss here. 2-1 in favor for Clem. We'll be going up towards that winner's match versus Dream. We'll have a little bit of a TVT there.
Yeah, well, it looks like my prediction actually came true.
Yeah.
I predicted 2-1 to Clem, but I mean, it could have gone either way. I think Zound had a nice shot at 2-1 victory as well. So, but it just so happens Clem hit a nice timing and had a bit superior macro that game.
For sure, for sure. Alright, I'm going to be able to call out some more of you lovely fellas and gals following us up here. Hitting up that follow button. Very much appreciated. Sothi45. Let me see. Where did I leave off the previous time? I think it was Evil Jimmy, right? Or Evil Johnny. Sorry. Evil Johnny. Sigga, 11. Darkness, 1. Kotolai. Alright, and I think that is about it. Maybe I already double dipped a little bit there in those. But anyway, thank you so much for the follows. Very much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Hope you're having a good time, and hope you will stay here for the rest of these games here. The cow also joining in. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what Zound also is 1, 2, 3 in his name. He always wants 1, 2, 3 in his name. You one-upped him. You one-upped him with the 4 there. So that is nice. Alright, now as they're doing their videos, I'm gonna quickly head off to the toilet real quick, Snoopy. You're gonna be on your own here for a moment, alright?
Alright, no problem.
Alright, see you in a bit.
Alright. So, guys, we are about to get started in our winners versus winners match. And of course, that will be Dream versus Clem, as both players was able to defeat their opponent. And whoever wins this upcoming series will advance to the group stage 2. And it's going to be pretty important to advance to group stage 2 because the prize pool for this tournament cuts off at the 8th place. So first place to 8th place gets at least a minimum of $75, right? So once you get into the group stage 2, which is the best, which is the round of 8, you at least secured a some amount of prize pool to go home with. And unfortunately, let's see here. Okay, yeah. So people asking who won the match. As you can see, if you type in the iBracket into the Twitch chat, that shall bring up the Wikipedia page, so you can take a look at all the previous results as well as the future upcoming games. Welcome back, Kozin.
Oh, hello. Wanted to see how long I could sit here without you realizing.
Oh no, I got the stream open, so I saw you coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to try while you were talking, me kind of lip syncing to what you were saying, you know. So it looked like it was me. All right. Anyway, Clem versus Dream. Now, we'll have to wait and see how this goes. Honestly, I think, you know what, I think Clem's just gonna take it again, right? We're gonna have to stick here with our gut, and you know what, I've been wrong so far a couple of times. I think Clem's gonna take it 2-1 would be the safe bet, but you know what, I'm gonna risk it all and go with a 2-0 here for Clem.
Oh.
I believe in this Frenchman.
All right, since you're going with Clem, I guess I'll go with Dream. Let's go with a Dream 2-1.
It's not how predictions work, though, Snoopy. But you know, well,
that's what Artosis and Tasis do. You know, they pick one player, and then the other one picks the other one, right?
Is that I always thought they just kind of say whoever they think will win instead of just being like, all right, I think this person, I'll think this person will win.
You know,
It's funny.
sometimes they like, yeah, sometimes they just pick the opposite person or player just for the sake of it, I
All right.
guess.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Just so both of them cheer for the other guy.
Yeah, but you know what? It doesn't. It's not important what we think. It's more important what the chat thinks. So, guys, type into the Twitch chat who you got. Do you got Clem advancing or Dream?
Sushi
Give us
cheering
your
on for
prediction.
Dream. Jack Chirac not really favoring Clem's TVT. The cow though does. Potato Plab thinks Clem and Zan will make it out of this group. All right, all right. We'll have to wait and see. Honestly, I do. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Maybe Dream as well though. Dream is very tough. Very strong.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Oh my.
he participates in GSL tournaments, Codas tournament from time to time. Unfortunately, this season, I think he just barely did not make it. So unfortunate, but hopefully, we'll see him in the next season or so.
Did you read the chat by the way?
What's going on?
Apparently Clem only is on 3 hours of sleep. He's only slept
Oh,
for
right, right.
3 hours here, Snoopy.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
I know he's
Yeah,
18 years old, so it probably doesn't matter, but what a crazy
oh
man.
back in the days, in high school, like it's like so much easier to like do all nighters.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
true.
then when you get older, it just gets harder.
I still always felt a little bit like, I don't know, but it shows, right? Whenever you're very, very sleepy, you also become a little bit intoxicated in a way. It's the same as being a little bit drunk. It's what I always hear. And it kind of feels that way in my experience. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Other people have different experience with it though, of course. Some people are a little bit more tolerant to it. Just the same as intoxication in the regular way. Anyway, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, Clem. I mean, the longer these games keep going then, the more painful it might be for him, right?
Yeah. Oh,
That's maybe
cynical
the way
death
to
tank.
beat him. The long macro
Cynical.
games.
Yeah, we'll see if it does turn into a. I mean, as I recall, like the majority of our previous two groups as well as today has been kind of not on the longer side, but the shorter side of things. So it'll be really nice to get in a bunch of macro games and fingers crossed, of course.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. Also, Donny SW, thank you for that follow. Remy as well. Ahoy all! Alpha X matches are dope. Thank you, Commodore SC2. Much appreciated. Man, we put a lot of effort into getting these tournaments going. We get a lot of effort. We put in a lot of effort getting the best players for you all. And, well, of course, also an overall prize pool that is worth for them to fight over, right? We need your help with that a little bit now and again with that Mitcherino page. Same goes for today. If you haven't already, hit up that Matcherino page, guys. There's a code you can fill out. Alpha X CynicalDeath, as this tournament, of course, is in honor of the one and only CynicalDeath. He's in the chat right now as well, so say hi to him. Say thank you, CynicalDeath, for being an amazing guy, always updating the Liquipedia continuously. He has over 10 million updates on Liquipedia. If you tell me it's less, I will not believe you. I'm pretty sure it's 10 million. And the man is a machine. He's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Anyway, in the bottom right side, we have ourselves a red Terran player right here. He's the Korean. He's from... what was the... Oh, dear Lord. How did I forget the name of the team? How did I forget the name of the team? Brave Star Gaming, thank you. I was like, Blazing Star Gaming? No. Brave Star Gaming, he is Dream.
And spawning at the top left, we have our blue Terran from Team Liquid. It is Clem. All right, TVT here on Nightshade.
Yep. Pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Honestly, I despise playing TVT myself. I think it's an absolute nightmare of a matchup. But watching TVT though, oh, sign me up. Sign me up. It's like, you know what, it's like watching a gladiatorial fight, I would imagine, right? Having to fight in a gladiatorial match, probably not that many people that would be like, alright, yeah, that sounds really cool. But then watching one, everybody was like, oh my, you gotta watch this. This is absolutely amazing. It really does for me. It feels a little bit like watching somebody suffer, you know? In a way. People like to see other people suffer for some reason. People are animals.
Animals. Cruel, cruel animals.
Exactly. Okay, we have a double Rex opening here for Dream. We'll be trying to apply some pressure to the Liquid player here on the top left with the two Reapers. He's in a little bit of luck, as Clem did go for the one refinery opening. So that does benefit him a little bit here, right? Might be able to get a little bit more done. Clem prepping pretty nicely, though. It did make a lot of those Marines. And the Reapers as well. Did he overextend here, though? He almost... Okay, no, he's fine. He's got a Hellion now. Ooh, that mine was very nice, though. Oh, the Reaper dies. Or the Hellion dies. So all the Reapers die as well. So you know what? That overall, a slight delay. So Dream does kind of catch up. He's ahead in workers now. Only though, you're only killing one worker, but... You know what? Clem having to kind of save up some money there to get that Hellion out quicker. Get those Marines out quicker. And not get that command center to be slowed down too much, of course.
Yeah, but the scary part is that the tech is a bit quite ahead for Clem. He's got his starport up and running, making a medevac. I think he's gonna look for an attack soon, as soon as the medevac joins up with the army force, and that's gonna be a bit more difficult for Dream to defend, as he's gonna have to rely on repairs on his Hellions, while Clem, on the other hand, will have a medevac to heal his Reapers and all.
Yeah.
And here we go. Looks like he's got the medevac loaded with Marines and the Widowman even.
I think that's a good call, especially, of course, with that third base for Dream being this early on. Now, that also kind of means that he is allowed to take some damage here. But, of course, taking too much damage, well, it's kind of in the term, right? It's too much damage. Always a possibility here. So be careful. With that Widowmine there, it's so incredibly difficult to really engage here. Okay, does manage to set it off there with an SCV. So might be able to really engage here now. That's a lot of missed mining time, though, for Mr. Dream, isn't it? Look at the income grab. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, huge spike there for the blue Terran player.
Oh, he's not even done yet. He's like, alright, that's fine. There's a siege tank here. Well, that means there's no siege tank this way. But the Vikings zones him away again, though. Get out of here! Get out of here! Oh my god, that's so... It's gone! Oi, oi, oi!
It's unfortunate there for Clem. So all the kind of the advantage that he gained from that, I feel like it's kind of evened out.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Losing all of that is a little bit nasty. Right, there we go. A little bit smaller. Linux Rogue, you're welcome. Alright. What was
Linux Rogue 57 saying, could you turn off the following notification during tournament cast, or at least make it smaller? That would be really great. Thanks.
I just did.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
So good. Thank you, Snoopy. All right. So where are we at in this game right now? Who's ahead?
Well, so currently, I feel like both players are somewhat equal. I think both players are concentrated on kind of going to the mid to late game here. Both got their dirt CC up and running soon, and I think it's probably gonna come down to the positioning and engagement, because on the other side we have Dream here with a Marine and tank, and it's similar with Clem. The one difference is that I feel like Clem has a bit of advantage in terms of army because of those 2 ravens. Dream, on the other hand, he does not have a single raven. In fact, he doesn't even have a tech lab on
Yeah.
his starport.
He's gonna have to rely on the Vikings here to get rid of those, of course, those ravens. But yeah, they are rather quick with the interference matrix, or even throwing down a couple of auto turrets can definitely make or break any engagements here, for sure. It's almost unthinkable, really, isn't it, to have the to play TVT without the Raven. Not a lot of people do it.
I mean, they're really, really helpful during engagements, especially in marine versus tanks scenarios.
For sure, for sure. Actually, we're seeing Dream chasing down this Cyclone here, giving Clem an opportunity to come in towards that natural base. He's going to get himself a very nice siege up position right here. We'll be able to start, well, laying siege to the natural. It's going to be very difficult for Dream to clean this up here. A lot of mist mining once again. That Viking there coming from above, being like, wait, hold up, guys. I wasn't ready for this. Immediately getting blown apart, of course. Alright, there we have the forces of Dream trying to come around. Is coming in right as the siege tanks of Clement. Siege here, targeting everything down. Nice spread there from Dream, actually. Look at how he engages those tanks. Very nicely done. Taking minimal amount of splash damage from those boys, and yeah, there he goes, cleans it up. Vikings, though, coming into the natural base, will be able to pick off more SCVs. SCVs actually being pulled to try and fight against this. Don't see that every day. Oh, well then, alright, there you go. Now we know how they work against Vikings. But this might be an opportunity for Dream, of course, after taking that great fight, to get something done on this side of the map here. He'll do the same siege up position, but he has the medevac, so he will be able to go a little bit closer and set up shop on 2 sides of this location here. Alright. Getting more of those Marines into a medevac. Maybe a little bit too quickly. Alright, in comes Clem with a lot of those SCVs as well, actually. And my oh my, that's so much more damage now being dealt here by Dream. And Clem ever did on the other side of the map here. The drops from Clem should be able to pick this off right now and stop this aggression, but 21 workers go down in total here. Clem in trouble. Clem in a lot of trouble. Looking at the upgrades as well, right? +2/+2 here for Dream, already on the way for quite a bit. I don't think Clem's going to be getting those anytime soon with the economic damage he's taken here.
Definitely huge, huge trouble, and looks like Dream is not done. He's going to go ahead and attack both the natural and the dirt base at the same time with these Marines. And man, the out of positionness of Clem. So unfortunate.
He was going for a doom drop. He just loaded everything up in those medevacs, trying to come back now, losing 6 more SCVs because of this. 7. It's going to be 8. He's going to target something here. No, okay, just takes the fight. Actually, never mind, more Marines in that third base. Hello, Clem. I think you weren't watching here, and that's right, he really wasn't. +2/+2 about to finish up now for Dream as well. As if the game isn't far enough in his favor already.
Yeah, and 2-2 is about to be done for Dream, so it's going to get a bit more difficult for Clem to crawl his way back into this game, as he's already down 48 workers to 75, and you know what, because they're both of the same race and they have both the same macro mechanics, it makes it even harder compared to if there was a different matchup.
For sure, for sure. Now, we do still have kind of similar army supplies here. A lot of the army supply for Dream still across the map. But, you know what? Oh, this is so unfortunate. Look at this. Once again, Clem completely getting caught out of position. The third base now absolutely emptied out. Siege tanks once again in the natural base. And GG is called. Dream, off the back of that bad unsiege there for a moment, comes in, cleans up, and immediately takes the initiative on the other side of the map. Brings it home. Yeah, Dream, marvelous TVT work there. Yeah,
that was one hell of an unlucky unsiege, because it really looked pretty good for Clem. He had the Ravens advantage. Had a lot of energy on it, But man, catching Clem with his pants down, I was able to clean up that huge army. At that point, it was just Dream's game to lose.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, we'll have to see what happens, of course, in this next game here. We will have Clem coming back with some more points on the board. And man, these 2-0s that I've been predicting haven't really been coming through, have they? Jeez.
Oh man.
Maybe Dream will get a 2-0, but that's not the one I was envisioning here. And honestly, between Dream and Clem, Dream has been on fire in these online cups recently as well. So
yeah, he's one of those really like consistent, solid players. Like, I mean, you wouldn't say he's like one of the best Terrans out there, but he's always like solidly there, and competing.
Yeah.
Maybe not in like the semifinals or maybe even the quarterfinals, but usually maybe in the round of 32 or 16.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Game number 2. Bottom left side.
Go.
Blue Terran player. He is playing for Team Liquid, the blue horse. He is the Frenchman, Clem. And he's not building a supply depot at his wall. And he's sending SCVs across the map here.
Yeah. We're gonna have some nice little cheese play coming out of our Frenchman, but here's spawning at the top right. He is the red Terran player from Brave Star Gaming. Can he defend against this little cheese here? It is Dream.
Brave Star Gaming. Have you seen the Brave Star Gaming logo? I'll actually will wait until we get to see it again in game. There's something interesting about the Brave Star Gaming logo.
Yeah, I love it. It's
It looks very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
This is actually a bit of trouble here for Clem. Dream going for the double racks opening once again here. That kind of, well, I mean, as long as this micro is good, he should be able to hold his own here. We'll have to wait and see. I'm an engineer. Thank you for that follow. Denner Sunf as well. Civ4EC. Burial SC2. I Baines. Der Umol. I think there's other people I didn't call out yet. If I haven't and you still want to be called out, let me know in the chat. Anyway, thanks for those follows, guys. Much appreciated. Hope you're having a good time. Clem here. What's he going to do? Is he going to throw this factory down at his own base? Or is he just going to stick to the okay, no SCVs anymore on the other side of the map. So I would imagine he's going to continue in his own base afterwards. But
yeah, well, I think
if he gets to that point,
we're probably gonna have ourselves a couple of minutes of Reaper micro battles.
For sure. Dream going for the Marines afterwards. He does have 2 Reaps and a Marine now, so Clem's gonna have to micro the heck out of this if he wants to win that fight. Not even sure if that's possible. And Dream anticipating the overall movement of these Reapers rather nicely so far. Staying on top of the high ground wherever he needs to be.
You know, what's pretty interesting is that... Oh, let's hold that thought. Clem is actually going to go ahead and jump in here. It does get a... I think that was a... Was that... Got SAV, okay.
Yeah, I think he lost the Reaper too. So that is very bad for this situation here. This might start snowballing here into the favor of Dream. Yeah, so just overall the build for Dream just a bit better here, right? Against what Clem is trying to do. He's making still more Reapers here though across the map. And at home he is getting himself a factory and a starport as well. It's not quite just now getting that command center. I suppose the Dream will be getting that one in the main base here. Oh, this is nice. It's gonna allow Clem a little bit more micro potential. With that barracks floating about, we'll get around him that high ground vision. See if he goes for it. Okay, gets the Marines targeting that. It's gonna mess a little bit with the AI as well, right? So... Oh, nice nade there. Holy moly. Another one? Misses that one a little bit there.
Sick grenade.
Very sick, wasn't it? He needs to be careful. Let's take a look at the overall units lost tab. He killed 5 Marines in that fight. Holy moly.
And lost 0 to the...
Yeah. How? I guess mostly because of that barracks, right? A lot of the AI is just completely losing its mind.
Oh man, if he's gonna lose these two supply depots, that would be so bad.
He's trying so hard, man. The micro of Clem here is out of this world. Oh, gets now locked onto with the Cyclone. That's gonna be the end of things, right? Oh, there's a Cyclone of his own though. Haha, come back here. Gets the lock on. Doesn't get the vision though. Barracks dying at the least favorable timing there for Clem.
Alright, so I think finally Dream has stabilized, and we'll at least start establishing his natural there.
Both these players going for a similar timing on that third base. We are both actually seeing them go for the Ravens here. Didn't seem to matter the previous time, but you know what? Maybe this time around it will come into play.
Yeah, both players choosing to go for Siege Tank and Marine once again.
Bit of an engagement here in the middle. 2 Cyclones, this is just one. Nice Reaper nades. Getting the... denying a little bit of damage there. Other turret as well, helping out in this situation. Clem wants the blood of that Cyclone. Come here!
Oh.
One Siege Tank though to rule them all. There's one Reaper of Dream in the main base of Clem as well. That's rather annoying. There's a Siege Tank coming out, but still a little bit of lost... couple SCVs to go down, 2 of them. Siege mode, Siege Tank though. Bit too much to handle.
That Reaper had a big dream of killing his the opponent all by himself.
Yeah, I'll win this game on my own.
I'll grenade them to death.
That's right. Nobody has any stronger grenades than I have. It's like the Trump Reaper. Just super full of himself. Anyway. So yeah, these third bases should be flying out pretty soon here for both these players. Let's take a look at the overall unit loss tab now after things kind of calmed down again. You know what, it's hard to say, right? Because Clem did lose a lot more gas and Dream lost a lot more minerals. I don't know. Who would you give the little slight edge there towards to in that trade?
I mean, I think in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty much kind of an even tie, I would say.
Dream perhaps a little bit ahead with the overall work accounts, but that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, a Raven goes down though on this side of the field. Does get one Viking using those auto turrets. And look at that other Viking on the other side being like, okay, never mind, I'm out of there. If that happened to Clarence, I'm not gonna go in there myself, alright? I'm just not doing it. I'm not up for it. So wise choice. There was a Cyclone coming around that side too. It's something we have been seeing a lot more often recently, right? Just Ravens being used for the harassment as well. They get so many worker kills if you don't pull in time. But I mean, yeah, if there's just 2 Vikings there, that is that's gonna be the end, and that's a very expensive unit to lose. It's like 200 more gas immediately down the gutter. Yes, Glek 1, we are live. We are in fact live. Sorry, I just always like to call them out, people that that ask about it. You know, immediate confirmation.
It's always nice to reassure them.
Exactly, exactly.
Oh, we do have a little sneaky little medevac here from Dream and the backside of the natural of Clem. I think he's gonna wait for his time to go in. And actually, yep, looks like he's gonna dive in right now. Let's see how many SCVs he can get. Currently a 4, 5. We get 6.
Going for 4, going for 5, and no,
Oh,
6.
this is a distraction though. It looks like Dream is going to go ahead and get on top of this dirt base. Oh man, nice defensive matrix.
Clem also going for a drop and gets 14 workers on that side too. Kind of equalizing this, but there's still a lot of SCVs stranded there on the left side now. Cyclone not getting a lot of work done on his own. Nice interference matrixes here, hitting 2 of the siege tanks. It's going to be the moment for Clem to strike. A lot of those Marines need to target them down as quickly as possible. Just managed to get that cleaned up. Now, overall, that is still I'd say, a nice trade for Dream. He did lose a lot of army supply though, so maybe Clem will be able to now go across the map. It's kind of similar as we saw in game number 1, but now the tables have turned. The turntables has turned. And we'll have to wait and see how this is gonna unfold here. Now on this side of the map, the siege tank's already in position for Dream though. He's losing a lot of SCVs. Once again, more Marines coming in here. But you know what, Dream does have enough. GG is called. Clem not gonna continue on with this best of 3.
Yeah, and I love that decision by him to pull the SCV. He knew that he sniped off the command center, the dirt command center. So as long as he survived, he was, he could afford to lose some SCVs. He would have been able to make it up with the 3 command center advantage that he had, as well as the mules that would be coming from the energy of the command center.
Yep.
So yeah, all he needed to do was survive, and he did, and that clinched the game.
A wonderfully played game there by Dream. A absolute clinic on, oh my dear lord, Scarlet with a massive raid. Jeez
Holy,
Louise.
thank you.
Scarlet, why aren't you streaming anymore? You're still playing, right? You're still playing. Much appreciated though, much appreciated, Scarlet. So many follows coming in now as well. Thank you guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh man, alright, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Alright, we're gonna go into Zaun versus Scarlet here. Guys, Struct Stillguard. This is gonna be too much for me to mention. It's gonna go off for a while here. We might have to skip some, we might have to disable the follow thing for a moment here. Man, oh man, absolutely massive.
Yeah, I think you could turn off the sound or something, or...
Ah, it's fine, it's fine. Let's just enjoy it for as long as it lasts, alright? Just...
Yeah, let's just enjoy it.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Wow, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Alright, anyway, we're gonna go into the next series of scores. We're gonna be watching Scarlet playing here, guys, versus Zaun. I think this is the better matchup for her, rather than having to play against Clem, which would have been the other thing that could have happened. First and foremost, of course, we're playing on the Korean servers, so there's less issue of a lag now. And also, I think well, probably the ZVP matchup a little bit more favored for Zerg right now, I'd say, than the ZVT matchup, right?
Yeah, well, definitely in the late game, I think the Zerg has a better kind of a choice, or not better choice, but better options and strategy in order to close out the game. But yeah, I think Scarlet, her ZVP is pretty strong to start with. So yeah, we'll see.
We will see. What are Scarlet's emotes? I don't know. Does Scarlet have emotes? I just subbed to her, but I don't know what the words are for. Let me just use the old thingamajig, the little button, and then click them like this scrub twitcher that I am. Where are they? I don't see him. Oh wait, oh of course I'm on the Alpha X account. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Potato Pleb subbing. What's up, my man? Being another sub in that sub pool. Thank you for that one. Thank you for that one. Potato Pleb, one of our Alpha X members here, of course. Also one of our translators, one of our mods in the Korean side of things. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, he's cheering for Sound. I think a lot of people here gonna cheer for Scarlet. Just a little inclination here that, you know what? I think that might be
just
happening.
A hunch.
Yeah, just a hunch. Just a small idea. Well, we will turn off the follow thing in a moment, guys, when we get the game started. So don't worry about that. But yeah, I'm just enjoying this right now. All right, just for now, we're doing all right. Who won? Who won which series? Dream versus Clem? Actually, Dream won that one, 2-0. It was quite convincing as well. Clem just getting out positions continuously, and it was nuts. It was indeed quite rather nuts.
Yeah, and that also means that Dream will be the first person to make it out of this group.
Yep, that's right. Going on to the second group stage here. And joining the other players that are already there. Which ones do we have already again? Estrella and Trap. Remember that? Estrella moving on first in Group A. I'm still surprised every time I see it. Anyway, and Rainier and Zest, of course. So there's 3 Protoss waiting there. Now, if Scarlet proves her strength against Sound in the ZVP matchup, it feels like that could be a good moment for her then to move on in that second group stage. Because there's a lot of Protoss waiting there. We'll have to wait and see if she can carry on that momentum then. There's the sub from Potato Pleb. Only now just showing up. Alright, we're actually almost done with the activity feed. So maybe we'll be okay. Maybe we'll be okay. Much appreciated, guys. Thank you so much for all those follows. Hope you're going to enjoy these games. Hope you're going to enjoy the casting as well, of course. Maybe less so than the overall games. But we're going to try our best. And keep things entertaining for you.
Yeah, right. It looks like we're getting into this first game. Here, the map is going to be on Simulacrum.
Simulacrum. The French map. So you know what? French-Canadian. Maybe a little bit of a sign. Alright, here we go. Here we go. It has actually calmed down. That is nice. Just in the nick of time. In the bottom right side, we have ourselves a blue Protoss fighting for the Alpha X team. He's the Korean in this side, well, this match right now. He is Sound.
And here, spawning at the top left, we have our red Zerg. It is from Brave Star Gaming, Scarlet.
Okay, it is still actually continuing. Scarlet, man. I always have so much fun watching Scarlet, you know. I don't know what it is really, but it's always so much hype, right?
Yeah, I think she's always been a crowd favorite. Especially, I think, that game way back against Bomber with the barrel bailing play. I think that is one of the most iconic StarCraft moments in history. So yeah, she's definitely been entertaining and also a really great overall player.
Yeah, she also was one of the first real foreigners, right, to really take the game to the Koreans.
Yeah, I think most notably her and Special.
Apparently I look just like a professional guitar instructor. It's actually me. That is me. I am also a guitar instructor.
Nice.
Just gonna claim stuff here. Alright. I'm better at casting now, to be fair, so. Anyway, sorry, I think I interrupted you there a little bit. So I just got excited by the chat.
we love the chat, so.
That's right.
But I'm afraid the chat might force you to play that guitar of yours. Wink, wink.
I don't know. I don't have one around now. It's difficult, you know. It's I have my special casting house, right, where I go to cast StarCraft 2, and then I have a different house for instructing people with the guitar.
Well, let's make a deal. If we get like 1 million subs, we'll have you play the guitar.
Oh boy, gonna have to learn how to play the guitar first, quickly. People are actually asking questions about guitar stuff now in the chat as well.
Oh wow.
All right, no, I'm lying, guys. Be careful with me. I'm a cheeky fella. Sometimes I just make things up on the spot, and I don't know why I find that hilarious, but I'm just a child. I'm just a child. Alright, we're seeing the Twilight Council coming out here for Zone. Most likely will be the Adept Pressure here, something that he does quite do a lot. It has been a little bit figured out though recently, but you know what, it still works now and again, right? Sometimes
Yeah, we
still
certainly
gets a lot of kills.
Yeah, we certainly seen Zest make it work though in the previous group. So
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like Yes is a little bit figured out by now, but somehow, some way, certain Protosses still have a way to make it work. We'll see if Zaun is able to do so, as he is researching his Glaive Adepts. And Robotics Facility is about done, so we shall see a Warp Prism and then possibly a fourth gate. And we'll see a 4 gateway Depth Pressure coming out soon.
Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Lohagen asking if Zaun has been around for long. He kind of make a resurgence into StarCraft. He's been playing for a little bit now. He used to be a League of Legends professional. Now, before he was a League professional, he used to be in, what was it again? SKT and Startail or something like that. Well, yeah, he used to be in some of those pro Caspa teams, I believe. But, yeah. Then he went into League of Legends. He realized his mistake, though, and he came back to us. Now he says StarCraft 2 professional, and he's once again an up-and-comer. He really has been making some waves. He's been taking names from some pretty tough opponents. I remember one series distinctly, which was against Sue. It was the best of 7, and he absolutely demolished Sue. He's been able to take on Terrans as well, such as Innovation and such of the likes. Alright, let's see if he actually commits here. No. Alright, so yeah, he's a great player. He's awesome to see. And quite a lot of raw strength in him. Sometimes, you know what, because he is still a little bit of an up-and-comer, has a little bit less experience than some of the greats, right? He does sometimes fall a little bit short. And, well, the Adept Pressure, it looks like Scarlet has kind of figured out that this was coming. So we'll be able to kind of get a reasonable defense going. Some Zerglings here, but that's probably not enough Zerglings anymore. Roaches are joining in the fray as well, but is it going to be enough here? The Adepts are shading onwards one more time. Did get a lot of those Zergling kills here.
Another shade here into the natural. And also a 3 Adept army force probably going into that dirt as well. So Zaun getting 10 drone kills, actually enjoying a 10 worker lead as well. Just got to keep it up. The thing is that he has not established a dirt base yet, so he's going to have to probably do a bit more damage to make this worthwhile.
Yeah, let's take a look at the overall units lost tab as well. You know, that's some pretty nice trading, right? He did kill off 35 links as well as the 3 roaches. I think it would have been nice if he got some queens perhaps as well. That kind of delays a lot of the overall creep spreading. But you know what? I think it's gonna be it's okay, right? It's an okay amount of damage. It's like, you know, it could have gone a lot worse in a sense, right?
Yeah, and I think it's gonna come down to Zaun to make sure that he has a really good engagement for his follow-up, because he's throwing down a forge, got the got the immortal and some sentry. So I feel like he's preparing a kind of a second wave follow-up, and this third might possibly be a fake third, but it could also be a real third, but we shall see.
It's gonna be interesting, honestly. The Warp Prism aggression here, killing off a queen, denying mining there for a little bit as well. As we can see now, that income graph going nice and blue to the top there. If you are rooting for Zaun, of course. Otherwise, look at that income graph. Disgusting. Horrendous. Anyway, yeah, it also kind of denied those links from actually running into that third base right here, right? Maybe getting a little bit of a cancel there. It is a possibility. There was some sentries and immortals available, but maybe at that timing, I didn't fully look at it, but maybe he, you know what, Scarlet, maybe she would have been able to get that denial there.
Yeah, I think well, Zaun did just throw in the hallucinated phoenix. This got the spire as well as the Banelink nest, and he's feeling like this is probably the perfect time to attack. But you know, before that spire finishes and Meadle is on the field, you want to damage and make sure you make the Zerg pay for going for that.
Yep.
And then +1, I think is halfway done. I think he's trying to chrono boost it in time for this attack. Might not possibly finish by then, but at the very least, he has taken down that 4th base.
It's already a very nice thing indeed. We did have a cancel there, so not as much damage as it could have been. Oh, blinking forward, actually. Those biles landing on a lot of the sentries there. See if more of them will connect. This might be just a little bit too much Protoss here. The Baneling's not quite ready just yet. Nor is there any Baneling speed, of course, so it's very difficult to get those connections. Great force fields there. Sound really on fire right now. But probably still wants to do a little bit more damage here. He is still probing behind us as well, guys. Keep that in mind. Getting the +1 as well. It's almost ready right here. It's going to help out against the Ro16 with these Stalkers, of course. And Scholar taking the bottom left side base instead. A wise choice. Not going to let that be delayed too much this way. Of course, needs to hold on here as well at the same time. Baneling's getting on top of those Stalkers this time around. Yeah, the bile's the main dish right now here for Zaun to eat. Needs to be careful of it, not to eat too many. So that, of course, could still spell quite a bit of doom for him. Rotating around. And this is why I kind of like Simulacrum for macro games overall, because of these small ramps, right? You have those 3 bases all on those 3 small ramps. And that does kind of facilitate a nice place for everyone to just kind of set up their defenses, right? Works in most of the matchups. We had a slight little attempt at a run-by with that War Prism in the main base as well. The depths did get absolutely cleaned up, though. And now this 4th base is going to be more difficult to defend, of course, for Scarlet here. Has to keep units on that low ground as well.
Yeah, I think Scarlet is actually feeling confident enough to make some Mutalisk, actually hiding it in the bottom left, all the way at the bottom left. I gotta be careful if Scarlet decides to get on top of this army of the Protoss and snipe that War Prism. It's gonna be really hard to make this work.
Yeah, for sure. Only 4, oh, actually 7 Mutalisk now. All right. Yeah, it's interesting that they are on the bottom left side, right? That's what the army kind of is. Potentially to stay hidden, but also potentially to kind of jump in. They're gonna fly into that War Prism here, perhaps.
Yeah, I think so too.
Nice pick-off. Not bad. And now let's see the response for Zaun. He already has 1 cannon in the main base. Can kind of hold back those Mud-Muds. Not for long, of course. Hey. Ooh. Oh, but this is massive, though. Those Zerglings actually right on top of the entirety of the army here. Scarlet looking pretty darn good right now. And the timing attack for Zaun is now stuck in his own base. After not really getting all the damage that he wanted to. Scarlet's trading pretty reasonably well there. Killing off 11 Lynx at the same time because those Mud-Muds still in the main base here. Still going strong. She did lose a couple of them. Actually, most of them. Lost 4 right there. But still, those 3 getting quite a bit of economic damage dealt there. Zaun not out of this yet, though, right?
Huh?
Zaun not out of this yet, though, really, right?
Not quite out, but still still behind, definitely for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Scarlet, ahead at 20 workers almost. Now the thing is that Scarlet's still on Roach, Ravager, and Baneling tech, and we know that how inflated Roach can be in terms of the supply. So maybe if Zaun can continue to hold on and build up the army that he has, he got Immortals, build some additional Archons, splashing some High Templars, and get some nice storm on those Banelings, that might be able to turn it around.
Okay, so a couple more Mutalisks coming out.
Banelings run by set up here at the north side. And there is a full wall off by Zaun, but I think this little pylon here is probably going to be pretty easy to break through. It's going to be up to Zaun to pull the probes to make sure he doesn't lose it.
Yeah, for sure. Looks pretty dangerous, especially with those Mutalisks there as well, ready to pounce on anything that tries to escape those Banelings. I like what overall, Scarlet is doing, she is not really overcommitting here, right? She's just expanding, playing it cool, playing it safe, getting herself that late game tech as well, getting the hive here, setting up spine crawlers for run-bys as well, which is one of those things that you pointed out before, of course, that Zaun is rather well known for. He's really good at continuing the pressure wherever it needs to be. Oh, the Banelings coming in here, trying to run by those stocks. The stocks just barely not in a good position, and that's actually 12 workers. Holy moly, that happens quick.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want to lose any pros considering he's already behind in it.
Yeah.
And now Scarlet, she's just free to roam around. I mean, she's got the hive. She's going up to Greater Spire. Yeah, I think she's in a pretty good position. Now, the only thing I don't like is Scarlet doesn't really have some great creep spread. So if Zaun does go for some additional Zelda run-bys, it could be a little bit of a detriment. But it looks like Scarlet is going to make an attack on all 4 bases here. Mulus on the main, coming to the natural. Bailey's running into the dirt base. She's like everywhere.
Absolutely everywhere. It's disgusting. What did Zaun do to you, Scarlet?
Oh my god, the power probes.
Oh my god, 30 more go down here. Now, Zaun, he's going to have to be pressured to do anything here, right? He has a lot of storm. Needs to get those connections on the Banelings. Gets an alright trade there, I suppose. A lot of the Banelings do get destroyed. The army supply for Zaun, right? He did lose a lot of workers, but he's still kind of up there. It's 117 army supply versus a mainly roach circling army. And he does have those storms, he does have the Archons. He could potentially still bust through here and start dealing damage himself. But you know what, Scarlet just has to play patience. Just has to ensure that she doesn't take 2 bad trades. Ooh, there's 1 storm, there's 2 storm. Again, a lot of Banelings dying instantly there. Another storm right on top of those Banelings, trying to connect to the Archons. And the army supply for Scarlet is just melting away. It's withering into the abyss. And GG is called. Zaun comes back with a vengeance across the map. The storms were too incredible. And, well, that is it for Scarlet going down 1-0. Zaun, you know what? Yeah. Here's the thing that can happen. The Banelings just not getting the connections that they needed to. Scarlet not having the real tech that she needed to either, right? Perhaps taking a bit too long on the Roach Baneling tech. The Hive tech, it was created already, right? But we just didn't have anything available. We didn't have Vipers, we didn't have Ultras, we didn't have Brood Lords, nothing of the sorts. More Mutalisks were being created, but they're not that great against Storm or the Archons or the Blinkstalkers. The Banelings not that great against Storm or the Archons. The Ravagers, I suppose, are the best thing in that situation, but there weren't that many of them anymore in that moment in time. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the scary part about staying on Baneling Roach tech for that long, is that once the Protoss got the Archons and the Immortals and the Storm tech to basically withstand all the Baneling hits, it gets really, really tough. So yeah, just really late to transition to the... I mean, she had the avenue, the pathway to get higher tier units, but she just did not. So just straight out was Zaun was straight out able to just kill and roll over the Zerg player. So unfortunate loss there, because I feel like Scarlet was set up in a pretty good position. She had a huge worker lead, and she had Zaun in the back foot, but just was not able to close it out in the last battle.
Yeah. We have to remember as well, Maverick making good points. Zaun did, of course, start that game off with a nice economic lead there. Killing off those, what was it, 10-something workers with a lot of links as well. And those links, they could have been drones as well, right? So killing those off, they need to be replenished, and that means there's even less drones to really bulk up the economy there for Scarlet in the start. Now, the second attack there for Zaun didn't really get much damage dealt, but it didn't really die either, right? It didn't get crushed, so it went backwards, and it was there for the counter-aggression for Scarlet, and held off pretty nicely too. And then Scarlet, yes, she dealt a lot of probe damage, got a ton of it actually, continuously, but never really managed to deal with the Protoss army. And that's always a problem, and that can occur if you don't deal with the army. And all you're doing is sending in those army units of your own to try and get rid of the probes. Right, well,
yeah, now we do see that Zan will enjoy a 1-0 lead. Now, this is the losers versus losers match, guys. So whoever loses this, the series, is going to get eliminated from the tournament. So both players desperately trying to pull out and clinch the series.
Yeah.
But anyhow, let's go ahead and introduce our lovely players here.
Okay, in the bottom left side, we have ourselves a blue Protoss. He's fighting for Alpha X. He is the Korean. He is Zone.
And spawning at the top right, we have our red Zerg player from Brave Star Gaming. It is Scarlet.
Alright, so the thing I wanted to point out about the Brave Star logo, right? You see how there's like 3 animal heads here, right? And
Yeah.
one's to the left, one's to the right, and the other one's to the front. Does that mean there is another 4th animal head that is pointing to the back? Right? That we cannot see. There's a secret hidden 4th animal in that logo somewhere.
What do you suppose that 4th animal will be?
I don't know. I don't know. It must be something hidden like a turtle or something, right? Like a little turtle head.
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, those
Hiding in
3
the
animals
shell.
looks very scary. I think it has to be something that's a bit more
A
intimidating.
turtle can be scary, man. Turtles can be quite scary. Especially those turtles that just hide in the water, in like some muddy water, and then you go in and then suddenly like a snap jaw locking onto your foot. It's pretty scary. Can hurt quite a bit.
I guess, yeah, I don't know. I mean, even in like Pokemon, like Squirtle, who's kind of like a turtle, looks not the most intimidating Pokemon to start with. But I have seen those like kind of those very scary turtles that like they like kind of bite a lot. Those are scary.
Yeah, yeah. They have a lot of bite force as well. Some of them. But I don't know. It could be something else as well. Could be a rabbit, perhaps.
I wouldn't mind a rabbit.
Yeah, it could be nice. Oh, what's up, Piker? How you doing, dude? Glad to have you with us here. We're seeing the same build coming out of Zone here again, aren't we? The Adaptive Glaive pressure. Let's see if Scarlet's going to be able to hold on a little bit better this time around. We'll have to wait and see that. Roach Warren timing is in time. And we actually have the burrow upgrade here as well, which is rather interesting.
Whoa, wait, do we? No, I don't. Wait,
Wait, it got cancelled. Never mind.
Okay. That would be pretty cool. Although I'm not sure how that would help against the Adept Glaive attack.
Yeah, I was
but
thinking as
it
well,
would have
like,
been cool.
how is this gonna work? Well, I would like to see that though. See that happen somehow. Just burrowing Lynx somewhere, and then as the shade finishes, suddenly Lynx pop out from the ground. Oh
Yeah.
man.
All right, so we do see that the Adept Glaive attack has commenced. More links on the way. Now, interesting to note that last game, Scarlet actually threw down Spore Colors, so because she was not 100% sure. I think she saw the Twilight Council, but did not anticipate whether it's Glaive attack or whether it's DTs. But this time around, she's only sticking with a single with Spine Crawlers. Although actually, never mind, she's actually adding some Spore Crawlers.
Okay, so not quite yet feeling comfortable enough to really let those shades finish. Scarlet really staying nice and on top of those shades, so should be able to get an amazing amount of surface area on those adepts. Here we go again. Lynx needs it. Okay, there you go. And this is already going a lot better than it did previously, right?
Yeah, but look at that. Another warping of adepts. This is a total of, let's see how many adepts this is. Total of 21 adepts. Ooh, that's pretty scary.
He's gonna cancel this, I'm pretty sure. No, actually. Never mind. Goes in. Thought he was just gonna straight up try to fight against those roaches. He might just have enough forces here actually to do so, honestly. This is a crazy amount of adepts, and in he goes into the main base now. There's only 2 roaches and a queen here. Off we go with the second or the third shade. mortals, more Zerglings on the way as well.
Oh man, it's starting to get ugly for the red Zerg. She's committed a lot of larva to making units to defend against it, so she does not want to lose any more drones.
Oh, she does not, but already losing so many more adepts here in the third base right now. Even a couple just looking at the other adepts being like, good job, boys.
Oh man, even more adepts here at the third base. Another 6 adept warp in. Man, this is turning into a slugfest. And yeah, I don't think Scarlet might be able to stabilize anytime soon. Although, actually, you know, she does have a good amount of roaches here, but...
Yeah, I think that, yeah, the timing for the adepts has ended here, but you know what? That is a massive amount of damage. 26 workers, 51 drones, 8 roaches, 2 queens, and a spinecrot, and a whole boatload of creep tumors as well, getting the knight there. And we still have a war prism roaming around too.
Well, you know what? As I look at the game, I mean, compared to last game she kind of was behind about 10 workers or so after the adept attack. This time around, she's actually ahead still in terms of the workers. So she's got 3 bases, the 3 hatchery, no third nexus coming from the Protoss. I think Scarlet might be okay.
Yeah, well.
Oh, but she's got to contend with this huge Protoss ball.
Yeah, there is 57 Protoss supply roaming just outside of that creep. And there's only, you know what, 50 supply in roaches. Oh, yeah, no, doesn't have the Ravagers yet either. This might be a dead hatchery. This might be a dead hatchery, mates. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it's definitely dead.
A little bit too good here with the Adept Micro. Alright, well, I mean, this might be it, guys. Sound coming in here with a absolute lust for blood. And Scarlet not much to really hold on with here. After taking so much damage in the first attack wave. The second attack wave still off of the 2 base here. So you know what, if she does get to, if she did get to stabilize there, still with the 3 base, that may have been enough to really push this game into her favor, but it's just so much Protoss. There's so much Protoss right now.
Yeah, and the 2 Immortals still alive. Additional warpins, and GG. Zam will take a convincing 2-0 against Scarlet.
Yeah, and you know what that means? Well, Scarlet is going to be out of the tournament here. A little bit unfortunate, but that means we still have another series to go. We still have Zaun versus, I believe, Clem.
Yeah.
Clem's still waiting, of course. Didn't manage to go out of the tournament. Well, go out of the tournament into the second group stage first. Not sure. I think that's a better way to say that. Don't mind me. I'm just a Dutch boy. Anyway, yeah. So let's see how Clem is going to be going up. Or you know, he already beat Zaun once, didn't he? Already went up against Zaun once, so that didn't really go well there for Zaun. Maybe this time around, now that Zaun is a bit more acclimated with Clem's playstyle, who knows? He might be able to get a couple more wins here. We'll have to wait and see, though. We might just have 2 Terrans advancing today. Clem being the absolute beast that he is. But, of course, Zaun, let's not underestimate him. He has been known to take on the great Terrans, after all. Being able to kill off Innovation a couple of times. And, Innovation also a very, very, I'd say a little bit similar to Clem in a way, right? Clem also
I feel
just
like
one of those very solid builds and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I could see, you know, the similarities between their playstyles for sure. Oh, I said Gleck in the chat saying, my 2 favorite upcoming players. Nice. So
Nice.
This should be a great series for you.
It's very nice. That is very nice indeed. Yeah, also some of mine favorites. Although I'm not quite sure if we can call Clem up and coming anymore. I think he's here. He's he's here. He's winning tournaments. He's arrived. He's an arrived player. Up and arrived player.
All right. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use the bathroom while they getting their vetoes set
Cool,
up and
cool.
all.
See
So I'll
you
be
in a
right
little
back.
bit. All good, my man. All good. I'll bring you guys actually up to date. We do have a Matcherino page. Let me show you real quick. This is the entire tournament of Raw. It's a 7-day tournament that we have roaming here. May 24th, that's tomorrow. We will have another group going. It's actually a little bit of a group of death. Funnily enough, also a group D, as is per tradition, I suppose. Innovation, stats, Sue, and time. That is one hell of a nuts group. We will be having tomorrow at the same time, actually, also 10 CST in the early morning. As you can see, in 21 hours and 34 minutes, if you want to do the maths there for your own time zone. Anyway, innovations versus stats, Sue versus time. We'll have that one going, and then, of course, we'll have the winners, whichever two players advance here in these two groups. We'll have them go up against Estrella, Trap, Raynor, and Zest in the second group stage right here. So, who knows? We might get Raynor versus Clem, if Clem does manage to advance here. We'll have to wait and see. Let me actually quickly take a look at the... There is already... Okay, no, they're still doing the vetoes. It looks like just almost barely, though. I need to hurry up. Alright, guys. Also, the Matcherino is kind of what I wanted to show you. This is the Matcherino. Help us out with those codes. ! Matcherino, and you will be able to contribute a code. I believe it was AX CynicalDeath. Right there, you press contribute. Voila! More money into the pocket of these players is always appreciated, of course. As it doesn't cost you anything except for a couple of clicks. That's all you require. Also, if you want to have the replay pack, another thing available right here. The entirety of the tournament, so all 7 days will be included in this replay pack. They will be sent to you, and we'll get you the all the replays that you ever so desire. Other than that, you know what? The money does go into the prize pool as well. So your money will go to the great cause of supporting StarCraft 2 players. And yeah, it's never a bad thing to have more money going into the pocket of StarCraft 2 players, I'd say. At this rate, there will be no Zerg players left. Yeah, it's looking pretty rough, right? We need to have Sue do well tomorrow for this tournament. Otherwise, we're going to have, well, 3 Protoss. No, wait. We still have Raynor as well, right? So Raynor is in there. Right now, we have 1 Terran, 1 Zerg, and 3 Protoss. So it could go to 1 Zerg, 1 Terran, yeah, 1 Zerg, 1 Terran, and 4 Protoss. Which would be pretty nuts. And then if stats tomorrow as well advances, it could be 5 Protoss in total here. That would be rather silly. Welcome back, Snoopy.
Hey, thank you. All right, getting some nice additional follows here. Appreciate it, guys.
Nikos, Muffin Paradox, Bambi. Oh, look at that, we have Bambi enjoying StarCraft 2 from the woods. I suppose StarCraft 2 really is for everyone. Ufta, Grazel, Stricky Form, Enigma, and Webby. Schmecka, Danger, Zeraganism, Vivalas Michael, Lord Strath. Well, it's just too many to really name, guys. I tried. Alright. This will be the decider match for today, guys. Our final match of today. Later on tonight, though, we will have the Alpha X Junior Cup as well being played. Which should be taking place on the same channel. I'll be the caster as well. So if you want to hang out then too, definitely go check that out. And GG! What happens? What was that?
I think Clem was so dominant, he won the game in less than 1 second.
Wow. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Nah, I think maybe we're on the wrong server or something. I'm not sure.
Probably. I'm not sure. Apparently it was the right region. Maybe a disconnect.
Yeah, possibly. Oh wait, do we see Zound in the? Yeah, I don't see Zound here, so maybe he just got DC'd.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. A cheer with the bits. Epax. Epaxs. Thank you. Mercy Wing 1, let's go. That's right. Think so. So yeah, it looks like Sound did DC there actually. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. Let's hope he's not getting himself in too much trouble. By the way, guys, the tournament is called the Alpha X code CynicalDeath because CynicalDeath is the person, well, pretty much in charge of Liquipedia. He is somebody that has added in more changes than anyone else for the StarCraft 2 community in particular, and has been keeping everything up to date. So whenever you check Liquipedia and you read all those things, and you're wondering like, how do they keep this stuff up to date? It's because they have people like CynicalDeath doing all of those amazing things and investing so much of their precious time to help out the StarCraft 2 community. And keep all of that up to date, keep us informed about what is happening. And you know what, he always helps us out. He's our little helpful elf, I suppose. And yeah, we hosted a tournament in his honor here to kind of thank him in a way. Because, you know what, they are in the back, overall, how would you call this? Behind the scenes, behind the curtains most of the time.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it because there's a lot of, I mean, like if you think about the history of StarCraft, there's been quite a large amount of tournaments and events, and to look after all of it and then update it, it's a tall task. So
Yep.
definitely appreciate it.
Alright, so Zound still missing in action, MIA.
Hopefully he'll be back soon.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
By the way, speaking of Wikipedia, have you ever like enter edit on Wikipedia?
Yeah, it won't let me though because I'm not. I'll mess it up probably. Right?
I think no, because you submit an edit and you just wait for the one of the administrator or moderator to approve it, right? So.
Do you? I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I always thought it just says like I'm not allowed, and then I thought everyone can edit Liquipedia. Ah, okay, that's interesting. Well then, and I guess I'm just too lazy.
Oh, looks like Zan's back here.
SC2 bug game. All right. Thank the heavens. Everyone should edit Liquipedia. But then what? I mean, we wouldn't be hosting tournaments in your honor anymore. CynicalDeath.
I do want to note that I did, you know, have a fair share of my own Liquipedia edits that I submitted. Now, unfortunately, is that I use my my Team Liquid account to log into in order to do that. However, I'm actually soon going to be changing my Team Liquid ID name, so that's going to reset all my my Liquipedia edits to 0, which is a little bit bittersweet, but yeah.
Why would you change? What's the change for?
Oh, I just want to change my my Team Liquid to match my ID, which is Snoopy SC2.
Oh, that makes sense. So what is it now then?
Currently it's Kobe and 8.
What?
Yeah, it doesn't match anything there, right? So I'm changing it to Snoopy SC2 right now.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah. Here we go, guys. Game number 1 of the final series for today. In the bottom left side, we have ourselves a blue Protoss. Fighting for Alpha X, he is Zaun, looking for a rematch and maybe potentially a point on the board.
And spawning at the top right, we have our red Terran player from Team Liquid. It is your Frenchman, Clem.
I started to just call Team Liquid the Blue Horse team. Because I just find it a funny name. A Blue Horse team. Like Blue Horse Gaming. Just like...
Oh man, yeah, it's like from the top right we have the red Terran player from the Blue Horse team. doesn't have the right sound to it, the nice ring to it.
That's why it's funny. It's the Orange Gorillas. It's like, you know. All right. Anyway, a little bit of a regular game here. It looks like so far. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing being put across the map. I have the SCVs chasing down that probe. The probe trying to get a block here on the commands. And no, actually, he's fine. He doesn't want to anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the Reaper's about to pop out, so he should be retreating unless he wants to be a nuisance, but...
It seems like he really knows exactly the timing for this one. I think maybe that is the difference, right? For the Reaper or a Marine timing. The Marine will get out a little bit quicker. So maybe he wanted to check if it was a Reaper or a Marine coming out? Is that what he was doing?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I know that Marines comes out a bit earlier, like around 150, while the Reaper comes out around 2 minutes. So you got like a little small window to retreat your probe and hide it somewhere.
Oh. Ringing around the rosy here. Come back here! No! It's almost like the Reaper's hunting down the Adept here. This is not supposed to have. This is not how it works, Clem. You're supposed to have high ping here. Stop doing this. Oh man, that was crazy. The micro of this kid, I want to say, but he has become a man recently, of course. 18 years old now. Oh, we have a Stargate opening here for Zone. So far, it's not being scouted just yet, because that Reaper has been busy trying to kill Adepts instead of scouting what is his actual job. Glenn the Reaper man.
Oh, yeah, it does look like a Glenn to me. Or Clem? Clem? Yeah.
Glenn the Reaper of Clem.
Alright, we do see an Oracle coming out of Zound here. Not going to be the Phoenix. Like we saw in previous games.
That's right.
So this is it's going to be up to Clem to make sure he has the anti-air defense. Now, he does have 2 Widow Mines, but I think those are going to be sent across the map to be dropped, which means that it's going to be up to only the Marines. How many Marines does he have? 7 Marines. Okay, that should be enough.
It should be, but most of them are at that. Wait, where's the Oracle going? The Oracle just went halfway across the map and was like, "Hey, I'm not feeling it." I'm gonna go back.
Must have been a lazy Oracle.
Did you get a scout on the? Didn't get the scout on the Stargate, so. Is he waiting for like more Phoenixes or something like that? Is he anticipating a drop here? What did he scout? What did he scout? He didn't really scout anything anymore after the initial scout with the probe.
That Pana does got the medevac drop.
But it's only now though, so.
Okay, it looks like Zound is on top of it here.
Fly, my pretties, fly! Oh, nice. He's gonna be able to intercept this one very easily. So lift up these. Ooh, I never knew that's how it works.
That was nicely held there.
Imagine the first time you figure out that works. It's like, oh, is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Is this Oracle gonna kill the Widow Mine before the Widow Mine burrows? It really was on a knife's edge there, wasn't it? If you're like a second late with microing that Oracle, or like not even a second, like half a second or a quarter of a second, just like that, it's gonna get into the ground. Anyway, yeah, Clem has not a great opening for him, of course. Does lose quite a bit of value there. We're going up to the 5 Phoenix hit squad once more for Zound, it looks like. But, you know what? The Phoenixes don't do that well against the ground forces, of course. This amount of Marines might still cause quite a ruckus across the map here, as they are marching across right now. They don't have any medevac support, though, of course, just yet. They are about to pop, but would have been nice to have the extra medevac and the extra 2 Widow Mines here as well.
Well, you see the 2 medevac lagging behind, so it should be able to join up with the army before this attack. But charge is about to be done, and 6 gateways is about to finish as well. So if Zhao can hold this long enough, he should be able to get a nice little warp in and should be able to push this back. Especially since it doesn't seem like there's a lot of army here. There's only 1 tank and only 1 Widow Mine, so not a lot.
The Widow Mine here, nice draw on that one with one of the Phoenixes. It was also the Phoenix picking up the tank though, so immediately gets put down. Still gets a little bit of value there. Actually, nice targeting there from Clem. Getting the Siege Tank Mank on the ground twice there. And, well, I do still think his army not gonna be the breaker of Brodal's back here. Should still be cleaned up relatively easily by these gateway forces, but well, Clem keeping Zound honest, keeping Zound just whopping in more and more zealots here. As Clem is securing that. Oh my god, that force field! Oi, 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 oi.
That was a nasty force field.
It's one of the more nasty force fields I've seen in a while. It even was that with units on the other side as well. Man, that was nuts. Cleaning up this Widow Mine drop here on the top left side as well is not going to be able to get anywhere. And Sound is just denying absolutely everything. Nothing coming through here. You know what? I don't know what the Korean name is for the wall, but this might be the showtime of Korea.
Certainly, and I mean, you could just look at the units lost tab and see how much more efficient Zan has been.
Oosh.
And all that for only 2 probe kills in total, so definitely not worth it. And here we got the counterattack, the big, huge counterattack. Kozan, I'm not sure if Clem is able to hold on to this.
There's one more Widow Mine here, getting in a reasonable connection, I think. You know what, with Mike rolling backwards, nice stutter step, he should be able to kind of stabilize here, but well, who knows? Who knows, really? He did lose 4 SCVs. He's not that great on the worker count overall. He does have that 3rd base now. I suppose Clem doesn't have a 4th base on the way just about yet, but I mean, he's getting himself Storm, he's getting Archons now, he's doing everything on his casual own pace, and yeah, definitely feeling like Clem is lacking behind here. Oh my.
Yeah, he lifted his own probe instead of the Widow Mine.
Oh no.
Yeah, Miss Michael there. Or Miss Lift, rather.
Yeah, losing 8 of those works, and finally Clem finding some value here. That is pretty darn solid, honestly. A bit unfortunate because everything was going absolutely amazing here for Zoun, and then suddenly, you know what? Just like that, the worker count is pretty much equalized here. Now Zoun is gonna keep Clem on his own side of the map here. It looks like with the Zealot run by. Yeah, Clem has to retreat now. It's gonna buy Zoun a bit more time to get more High Templar warped in, get that energy rolling on those bad boys. And get that Storm in as well, of course. We already do have the Ghost Academy available, though. And we do have, what is it called? The Enhanced Shockwaves. It hasn't started just yet, but I'm going to be surprised if that starts up relatively shortly here. Also, the robotics facility. Sorry, yeah?
Yeah. Robotics facility. I think he does see a bunch of Widow Mines. I think adding some Colossus or maybe even some Disruptors would help during the engagement. Because right now his army is mainly gateway units, which Widow Mines actually do really well against. Because they kind of splash damage on the Zealot front lines, and after that the Protoss doesn't have any buffer. But looks like he's gonna try and poke in here into this 3rd base.
Yeah, he's trying to perhaps just kind of bait the army of Clem towards the left side here. As Zealots were rotating to the right. And you know what, I am still a little bit worried. I mean, the army of Zoun here, not that amazing, is it? Against like Ghost and stuff like that, right? He mainly is trying to rely upon those storms and the Archons here. The Zealots also not that great against those Widow Mines. Oh, another Zealot run by though. Ooh, there's enough Widow Mines here. No problem. Clem on top of things. He's caught on. He's no longer falling for that same old trick.
Alright, so we do see the +2 weapons attack finishing up for the Protoss. Now with Storm and with +1 with the +2 weapons, I think he should be able to somewhat hold off. Although actually, as I'm looking at it, there's only 2 High Templars. Okay, never mind. The rest of the High Templars are joining in here.
Yeah.
So that's quite a large amount for the Terran.
A little bit of an awkward engagement there for Zaun to start things off with. Losing a couple of those Zealots. So be careful. Clem doing an alright job so far. Kind of trying to bait out those storms here. Zaun not taking the bait just yet. Trying to set off those Widow Mines though. Oh, there's a big drop in the main base actually. It did get picked off. Well, the Phoenixes are here to kind of deny that. Zealots coming into the 3rd base of Clem. And were there Zealots here as well? No, they weren't. Okay. Oh, High Templar gets picked off here actually. 2 of them. Not too bad. Just taking a slight bit of damage there on those High Templar. And how is Zaun doing this? He's microing the Phoenix, lifting stuff up on that right side while also controlling this army here. On the left, that Disruptor a bit too far forward, I'd say. Clem might jump right on top of that one. Target it down. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, there you go. Again, you have that famous Clem micro versus the Disruptors. Now, the Bioforces of Clem are incredibly low, though, to be fair. There's not much energy remaining on those medavacs.
Yeah, the energy is pretty much drained here. But he's getting a lot of efficient trades with those Liberators as well. But it looks like Zaun has finally mustered enough units and army to push this back.
With the mines on the top there, doing quite a punch on the face there. More Zealots coming in, but also more of those Ghosts and more Widow Mines. Pretty much everything here for Clem. He's on 90 army supply versus 68. And Widow Mines as well being dropped on that 4th base. Keeping Zaun preoccupied. He did pull the probes though. That's pretty much the reason why I noticed this. Very impressed with him so far. Again a denial on that Disruptor. Another one denied.
Clem is just a beast.
Yeah. Just always. I don't know the last time I've seen Clem take any damage from a Disruptor. I don't think it happens. It's like a unicorn.
It's like, Disruptor who?
It's just not a thing. It's just absolutely not a thing. Okay, well, Clem has finally broken the back here. And Zaun, I mean, after that amazing start of the series, he held off everything. He held off everything up until that point where he lost those 8 probes. And, I mean, even with those 8 probes, I'd say that a lot of Terrans would have still failed to really win that one. But, Zaun, man, you know, it's just getting outskilled there a little bit by the young Frenchman.
Yeah, I think the superior micros of Clem was on full display.
Yeah,
right there.
Absolutely great amounts of overall control from those units. Decision making as well, very crisp, very quick thinking, continuously targeting down those Disruptors without a moment of hesitation. Jumping in whenever he saw an opportunity. More follows coming in as well, by the way. Mel Fast, Rodeur, PPW, Baduk, Amud, Epex S. Okay, that was with the cheer. Thank you guys. Thank you for the follows. Much appreciated. Alright. Well then. Oni012 as well. Coming in. Hope you guys are having a good time. Hope you're enjoying yourself here with the overall games. As well as MacLeod and Da Ergs. Man, these are getting some crazy names right now. I'm not calling you a crazy name, of course. It's just for my pronunciation. My pronunciation of it is crazy. Trying to save it here. Allege 691 as well. Welcome to the team. Okay, well, I mean, Snoopy, how much can we still expect Zaun to win this one from this point onwards, right? I mean, after you start out like that, and it still ends up the same way, Clem just ruining your day.
Yeah, I mean, considering how well defended Zhao was in the beginning, only losing 2 probes overall to that Widowmine drop, as well as to the bio attack. I mean, it was as well as you could ask for in terms of opening for a Protoss. So well defended. And then just by sheer micro, I feel like as the game progressed, Clem just inched back into the game and then went forward and forward, and then got some really great value trades, and was able to take it. But yeah, if Clem is playing the same way as he did last game, it's looking like Zhao might actually get eliminated.
Yeah, it really does look that way, right? I mean, it already went so much better than the first series that we saw between these two. And I really did expect Zhao to just be able to clean it up right there. Remember, at one point you were like, does Clem have enough? When Zhao was in front of his base. He was in the third base, he was in the natural. And Clem just barely just holding on to dear life there with a couple of bio units. A couple of those medevacts as well, continuously microing backwards. And oh my dear lord. Are there any good T replay packs from the current patch around? We do have a replay package for this entire tournament. There's a couple of Terrans. I think the other tournament that is going on, though, the Pro Circuit tournament for the Alpha X one, has a couple more Terrans replays right now. I think TY is in there, Innovation is in there. I think if you want all of those, if you just become a sub to the Patreon, you will get most of our replays. And then you might get the most value that way. So, yeah. If you're out for replays, that might be the best way to do so, the Patreon page.
Well, we did have a TY in Group A, and then Cure in Group B. We do have a Clem and Dream in Group C here, and then you have Innovation and Time in Group D. So if you do want to get the replay pack, there's definitely going to be some great Terran replays.
In the future, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see anyway, regardless. Where are we looking at? What are we looking at? A Twilight Council, and it gets scouted. Oh boy. Oh boy. No surprises here for Clem. It's like, alright, I know what you're up to. He's building a safety bunker as well, because you might as well, right? You might as well. Even if you lose absolutely everything in the early parts, then and you win, you might as well invest into that bunker as well.
Yeah, especially since he did scout Twilight Council. I think the most common opening for Protoss against Terran is Blink. So that bunker will definitely help against the Blink attack. For
sure, yeah. Also, keeping most of his production facilities on the right side here, right? And as you mentioned before here, of course now with Clem spawning on the bottom right side, the add-ons of the structures will be on the right side here. Will give him a little bit of an advantage in that sense, just the way that they spawned, which was the opposite of what we saw the previous time, with Clem being on the top left.
Yeah, so that's definitely going to help out, or give a little small advantage to Clem. And, oh, we do see that Hellion does get sniped off, so there's that. Blink's almost done, and we do see a hallucination from Zhao. Now, I thought this sentry was going to hallucinate for the stalkers to blink up, but it looks like it's just going to go ahead and use it to scout, and the blink stalker is going to be stayed at home to defend any Widowmine drops.
Yeah, he only went up to 2 gates so far, so not gonna go for too much aggression. It is something that we have seen more recently, right? Even with a lower amount of stalkers, people getting very aggressive here. I think Stats comes to mind, even though he's more so considered to be a solid macro player as well. We have seen him going for a lot more of the aggressive, small amounts of blink stalkers as well. Even when there's the threat of a Widowmine drop lurking about on the edges of the maps.
Yeah, I think because Widowmine drops are so common and it doesn't really take much stalkers to defend against them, you can get away with skipping the third gateway and getting a faster, quicker third nexus, and then later on adding the additional gateway. That way, I think by the time the Terran army moves out across, you should have enough gateways to produce enough army.
Yeah, for certain. For the follow-up attack for of Clem, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And we do see that. I'm predicting that there's going to be a attack soon as the combat shield and stim pack is
Mhm.
lining up real nicely, as well as the medevac, the two medevacs that's popping out of that starport.
Yeah, it does seem like a very nice opportunity for Clem to start marching across, indeed. Zaun, he is getting himself charged, he is getting himself the robotics bay. I don't think he's gonna have a Colossi out here in time. Perhaps only just one. And he's not gonna have extended thermal lance. You know what, this is this the same game as we saw in Eternal Empire, actually?
It's looking very much like it. Now this time around, I mean, he's gonna have charge. So
although we did have the two Widowmine drops, right, as well, which is another difference.
Yeah. Oh, the Widowmine drops goes into the main base. How? Okay, gets only 4. That could have been actually a bit dangerous, but only gets 4, so not too bad.
Yeah,
but the real attack is here at the third
door. Yeah. Trying to find an entrance. There's still a good amount of sentries here as well, which wasn't available that first time around when we saw the push like this. I wouldn't mind getting a good connection though. Hidden underneath the force field. There's the first Colossus now entering in the field as well. The Widowmine once again being burrowed. Ooh. Okay, doesn't get too many kills, luckily for that sound there.
Oh man, just manages to pick that up. That's gonna be so annoying to have to pay attention to constantly.
Alright, here we go. We do have more stuff kind of happening here. Well, I guess the Colossi just a little bit too much right now for Clem to break this, right? Doesn't have the amount of Marauders there anymore. Well, at least not as many as he had the previous time. Oh, massive drop indeed, yeah, actually. It's a lot of works going down at the same time on the bottom or the top right side. Coming in there as well. The multi-pronged harassment, not too shabby. How did those... Okay, he does get that medevac. I was like, how did those medevacs get out? Why does that never happen to me?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure everyone asked themselves that. It's like, why? Why me?
How do these pro players do this? Keep their medevacs alive. Why? How? They die so quickly. They're so flimsy. Anyway.
Why does the StarCraft gods frown upon me?
I swear, man, I'm just very unlucky. That's all. That's all it is. Alright, now we have 2 Colossi on the field here. It looks like Zaun will be starting to ramp up the aggression here across the field. You know what? He might have a little bit of an opportunity if he gets great force fields, right? He might get some stuff done. The spread from Clem, though, I'm really liking this. Although he did just smash everything together here. He's only got 2 Vikings. This could be a good opportunity, right? Doesn't sound... Okay,
yeah.
He sees this third. Where is he going? Setting up on the ramp? It's outside of vision of Clem, completely unaware that this is happening right here. Now in between the natural base. He wants him to fight up on top of the ramp. Oh boy, this is actually a very smart maneuver. The War Prism is in a precarious situation though. I mean, the Vikings on every which side of his... all of his flanks. Okay, and he gets out of there though. That was pretty cool to see. And now so many Vikings available here. Ready to snipe away at that War Prism. And that's pretty much the end of that aggression that Zaun is willing to put in there.
I feel like he missed a little bit of an opportunity because the Viking count was only 2.
Yeah.
I think he could have pushed in, and now the Viking count is up to 7. So yeah, I'm not sure he can attack again.
Of course, buying replays, guys. If you don't want to buy replays, that's fine. If you do like replays, then you know what? There's all sorts of stuff you can do with it. Of course, I see somebody actively campaigning against replay packs buying, you are supporting the players as well, right? So it's not just you getting replays, it's also adding in more money into the pocket of these pro players, right? It's not just for yourself. Big engagement here. Disruptor gets actually a shot off here. Wow, that's the first time. Oh, another one actually getting units here. But you know what? I don't think it matters anymore. This one, though, that one is massive. And it still doesn't matter. Clam still rampaging in here. Coming across, getting so much value.
Yeah, all the Colossus are down. That wasn't even a cancel. That was a straight up kill on that Nexus.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that EMP. All the sentries are like...
Vikings being dropped in that natural base as well. Disruptors not gaining as much value as they like to. It's the most value we've seen all day against Clem at least. He might be getting tired finally. After all, he's only had 3 hours of sleep. But you know what? In his play, it's not really showing. Okay, Zound does kind of stabilize here, but... I mean, he's at 57 workers versus 70 workers here. That is... oof. Oof.
Well, he does at least hold off, and we do know that with disruptors in your composition, a lot of crazy things can happen. One wrong move, and you can blow up a bunch of units. So I wouldn't count Zound out, but yeah, I think in terms of the overall positioning of both players, they're standing right now, their status, we would have to give a slight edge to Clem.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'd go a little step further, Snoopy. I'd say, you know what? I think Clem's might be going to take this one. Yeah. I mean...
oh, well, these disruptors, if they get hit. Oh,
they
wow.
hit! Man, it really is reverse day here, isn't it?
Yeah, and all of a sudden, the overall supply is actually equal.
Alright. What else do we have going on, really? I mean, it's... What are you supposed to do with Zound here, right? Are you gonna get Storm? Are you gonna get more Colossi together with the Disruptors? I'm not even quite sure. There's Liberators now on the field, which should zone out those Disruptors. There's a good amount of Marauders. And Marines and Ghosts already available too. So now going into the Storm might be a bit of a gamble play as well. But what else are you supposed to do? Maybe just go into carriers. Carrier Disruptor. I've seen that work.
Although I think Clem already has access to
a lot of Vikings.
Yeah, he has double starport reactor.
Oh wait, these Stalkers, what are they doing? Oh yeah, bit of miss micro there from Zound. The way path not working in his favor there, and this Liberator actually dealing quite nicely as well, distracting Zound, and again Clem is on top of his splits here. Looks like, yeah, just getting one Marauder per Disruptor. That's not a good trade, guys. That is not a good trade whatsoever. In comes Clem once more. One more Disruptor shot to rule them all, and it doesn't really hit. So that's gonna be it, guys. GG is called. Clem, it takes this series once again versus Zound 2-0. Absolutely marvelously played there by our boy Clem, the Frenchman. Showing why he's taking so many tournaments overall. On so many brackets. Only losing one best of 3, of course. Did lose it against Dream. But, man, Dream absolutely showing a clinical TVT series, though.
Yeah, I mean, his Disruptor sniping was just absolutely masterclass. And, yeah, gotta give it to Clem. I'm sure all the French people and all the French players are jumping with joy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. That is going to be it for us today. StarCraft 2, well, wise, of course. We will be back later tonight with the Alpha X Junior Cup. But, of course, keep in mind, if you want to continue onwards watching this tournament, tune in tomorrow, which will be having some lovely players as well. Innovation, Stats, Sue, and Time. All of those players will be available. Group Stage 2 is also a thing. We're going to be continuing onwards, what looks like with Estrella, Trap, Rainer, Zest, Dream, and Clem. So we have actually 3 Protoss, 1 Zerg, and 2 Terrans right now. It's starting to get a nice mix. would be nice to have Sue tomorrow as well, advance, and then maybe another Terran there, and we'll have a lovely mix there. But we'll have to wait and see. Maybe I'm asking for too much there. But yeah, that seems like an absolute beast, a beast group. You said it at the start actually of this tournament, right? The first day, you were like, all right, that group D, that is probably the group of death.
I said it was either Group B or D, but yeah, I think you can make a case for either.
Yep.
Group D is certainly stacked like crazy. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. All right. Anyway, so that is that tournament right here, guys. Remember the Metrorino is still a thing as well. Just a last shout out. We have those codes available. The replay pack is right there as well. And yeah, pro players, they use replays to learn builds and learn from other players, right? If you look at enough replays, you will in fact learn stuff from other players. It actually does work that way. It's just $10 and it also gets it into the pocket of these pro players, right? So you're supporting esports while also getting to learn a little bit more so about these players, right? You can watch the first person perspective and see what kind of decision making they are kind of doing, right? What they see and then immediately what they respond with and stuff like that. All right, anybody still listening, thank you so much for watching. We're going to be raiding Creighton Olsen here. One of the other Alpha X casters. You guys probably know him. He's a great guy. Great tournaments. He is live right now, though, right? Isn't he? He's not going offline right now. Let me just double check. Let me just double check real quick. Okay, yeah, he is going. He is going. All right, guys. Say hi to him. Have a good time for the rest of the day. See you later. Snoopy, any last words?
Thank you all for tuning in. Also, thank you, Scarlett, for the wonderful, crazy raid earlier on. And yeah. Hope you guys enjoy creating also in the stream.
Let's go. Let's go, guys. All right. As Snoopy said, have a good one. Thanks for those follows as well. An absolutely amazing day, guys. And love you all. See you later. Bye-bye.